Good afternoon. It is 3 o'clock. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. The Titans finished an interview with Packers VP of Player Personnel, John Eric Sullivan, for their GM spot today. The team announced it was the final of 10 virtual interviews the Titans have done. Now the team will pick finalists and invite them in for second interviews later this week. In NFL news today, Cowboys have decided not to retain head coach Mike McCarthy, making him a free agent available to speak with teams immediately. According to Adam Schefter, the Bears and the Saints are the two favorites to land McCarthy as their next head coach. Tennessee men's basketball falls to number 6 in this week's AP and coaches poll after a 1-1 week where they lost to Florida by 30 points. The Vols spent a program high 5 consecutive weeks at number 1, which now belongs to the Auburn Tigers. Tennessee has a top 25 matchup with number 23 Georgia on Wednesday. Tonight, Wild Card Weekend wraps up with the Rams hosting the Vikings in Arizona. The game was moved due to the devastating wildfires in Southern California. Kickoff for that one is at 7 p.m., and you can catch the game right here on The Zone. For all your foundation repair, whatever needs you need to visit, USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Monday. We've got a lot going on today to get into. NFL playoffs, college football playoffs, college basketball, odds and ends.
Ins and outs.
All the things.
Babsy has stories.
What?
Oh. Let's go.
Boy, that felt really half-hearted right there.
Yeah.
No, that was like, I'm glad to be here. Let's go, but I'm here. Okay.
All my parents out there, the bug has hit the 4-year-old.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.
I wasn't even talking about that.
Oh, that's what I was talking about all night, vomiting. And you guys know how I am. Like, Mama can't handle that. Ugh. So I feel your pain, everybody.
All right. So the last that we knew things on Friday, it was snowing. Sleigh Dog was in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Mary Annie came in studio from 4 to 6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say we crushed the show. We just did.
Pretty good.
We just did.
Solid show.
We just did. And I'm really upset with Mary Annie. I got to tell him next time I talk to him, I'm very upset with Moonshine.
What do you do? What do you do?
He came with his bridge quarterback in the last segment.
Yeah.
And his bridge quarterback was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, we knew that from his text.
I'm like, bro, 4 o'clock, hit that.
It would have been bananas. And I wish you could have saw or heard the buildup of it. That was it. It was the buildup, all the good, and then at the end of it, it was like, it's Aaron Rodgers. And we're like, Moonshine,
Sleigh Dog on video just leaned back in his chair.
Like, please no. Please no. Do not take us down that wilderness.
This is how sellable I am. It kind of sold me.
I could see it on you. I can see it on you. I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all just feeding into this.
I'm so dumb, man.
No. I'm like, you going in. Y'all like, no, we do not want him.
His boys are here. Like, he was still throwing the ball okay. His team lost. But you made a great point when you said he basically reconstructed the front office and the roster all by himself for one season.
And still was Daniel.
Well, 2 seasons, but.
He did one from afar.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dog. No. You got an all-pro and you want more?
Do you know?
You weren't even using him, Garrett Wilson.
Do you know where I really went, like, selfishly? I was like, can you imagine how good that would be for what we do? If
Would he
Aaron
talk to us,
Rodgers was here for a year? It doesn't even matter.
No,
he wouldn't give us nothing.
He'd get his $1 million a week from Pat and go on there.
Yeah,
exactly.
He wouldn't talk to us.
We wouldn't get nothing.
To us, no.
But that doesn't matter. He's such a divisive guy, dude.
Dude, no.
Just give me 1 year and then go draft somebody.
No. Keep that man so far away from me. It's already the Schiano show. We don't need to add to it.
Moonshine was like, his boys are all here. Like, all his boys have moved here that he used to play with.
No. So?
Right, that's why.
That I didn't even know about. Like, Mason Crosby's here.
No,
Bakhtiari's here.
It's a lot of them.
Randall Cobb is here. What up?
Mm-hmm. What up, Cobb? It's a lot of them, though. But no.
Stop.
So Mary Annie's thing was, he's coming here whether he plays or not. And I'm like, I know.
Hey.
I get it. But man, Slay's reaction, that was like in the last 5 minutes of the show.
Come on, Moonshine.
That's all I kept saying.
There was probably a reason it was in the last 5 minutes of the show.
Well,
He
immediately-
didn't want to defend that call.
No, I mean, he had his defense. He was 10
Aaron
toes
Rodgers?
down.
That's the other part. His backup was Kirk Cousins.
I mean,
I don't want him either.
I'm better with him than Aaron Rodgers.
Way better with him, and I don't want him either.
No, I don't want him.
That's what
One
I'm saying.
touchdown, 9 interceptions last 5 games.
Dude.
Old man coming off Achilles.
No.
Oh, he's only 41.
Yeah.
Doesn't he seem older than that?
Yeah, he's an old soul.
Who? Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins is an old soul. He seem old too. Like he do a lot of old man stuff. Like I would expect. No, seriously, I would expect to walk by his house and see him on the
torn
rocking chair.
Achilles. That's an old man injury.
I hate when you say that, but it is.
But it
You
is.
do hate it.
I do.
What did Mike
That's why
Keith tell you?
she's part of the reason why I'm not. Everybody, y'all see me gaining weight, blame Babs because I can't get active no more.
Oh, stop.
You shut me down, Babs. I can't go out there and play pickup. Can't go or shoot around.
I thought Mike Keith shut you down.
No, Mike Keith gave me a nugget. Babsy shut me down.
So,
I went all in on the nugget.
So what Mike Keith told Slay
I
Dog
turned
was,
it into a big old patty.
Right.
what Mike Keith told Slay was, you should never have both feet off the ground at the same time at this age.
Sound advice.
So you've reached 3-point line to 3-point line guy at the Y.
That's what I wanted to be. You know who told me don't do that? That she is.
Me.
Slay Dog is here, y'all.
I'm in the building.
Carney God, know what?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the car has.
What does it have?
I have no earthly idea.
What does it not have?
It's a rag top, but the top's up. So it can come down at some point, but we ain't converted all the way to
Before we get
maybe a hard top. But
all the way into this. So the snowstorm on Friday, we were worried because Babs was taking off at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we were in
Could
full
I get out
contact
of here?
with Will Minkoff from Nashville Severe Weather, and he said, Babs, you may be able to get off the ground, but the southern part of this storm is severe weather. Mm-hmm. And which we didn't know because we hadn't looked, we were concerned with us, like what's happening to Nashville.
Right.
So Babs at the airport, we're all texting and stuff like, you're going to get out of here. And she's sending cute pictures of Hadley playing, watching the snowfall. Mm-hmm. Found a little girl to play with.
Who was on our flight on the way back, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Those two sat together in a row by themselves, and their baby dolls had their own seat, too.
They had a ball.
Oh, yeah. Had
Did
a
you
ball.
get phone numbers and everything?
We did.
Yep.
We're going to be friends now.
I love that. That's cute.
The girls
There we
had a
go,
ball.
Hats.
So Babsy's flight does not take off at 9, gets pushed back to 9:35, then 10:05, something like that. Mm-hmm. Then you get out of here.
Yeah. And there was no, they were completely confident. And we were one of 2 or 3 flights that actually left BNA
Let me tell you something.
on Friday.
The last thing a pilot's going to do is show you non-confident.
They were like, we're good.
I mean,
Let's just say that Will Minkoff is on his game. Because when he said that, I was like, oh, come on. Whatever.
so you get
I
in the
mean,
air.
how often do I fly? All the
All the
time.
time.
I have
all the
flown
time.
my entire life. My mother was a flight attendant for Delta. And that was back in the days when they had millions of flights. So we flew free everywhere. We
I had a friend at
flew
UT that did that.
all the time.
We'd be like, what are you doing this weekend? We'd be like, oh, we're hanging out at Andy Holt Apartments and we'll play, Bill Walsh college football. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm flying to L.A. for
Yeah.
$12.
Right.
Because his mom worked for Delta.
Yep. That's how we were growing up. It was awesome.
Great Chico.
So
Yeah.
he took all these trips on the weekend. Ethan Riz, shout out. He works for Live Golf now. So you get in the air, you start messaging us like you're terrified.
Terrified. So we get to Pensacola. We go to land. Nothing is said. Just like, hey, it's going to be pretty bumpy. Thunderstorms.
So coming in
storms,
hot.
Whatever.
That's
We're
what
coming in
happens.
hot. Like it's going to happen. I'm like, oh, okay. We go to try to land. We are 300 feet from the ground.
So you see the runway and everything
Well,
at that point?
not really, because
It's raining and
it was so
okay.
foggy,
Yep.
and there was zero visibility. So I'm nervous anyway because I can't see anything. And then all of a sudden, engine's gun, straight up, abort landing, back in the air. And you know how once they kick those engines, you're like, these engines are going to explode. Like, it's terrifying. So I'm like, oh, that's not good. Something's wrong. This is not a good thing. And, in my mind, I'm like, oh, we almost hit a plane. Air traffic controller fell asleep or something. He drank too much last night.
Because they're not going to tell you anything.
They're not a word over the speaker. But I'm like, we just straight went back up in the air. So then I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. It's so bumpy. And we go in circles.
Did you start praying to the J-Man?
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, yes. I mean, I always pray to the J-Man. But that
this is
wasn't
coming.
like the dire need. So,
Okay.
so then
You try again.
they try again. We go down, same thing. Engine's gun. We are straight back up. And at this point, I am losing my. Everybody knows on this show, I suffer from anxiety. I always think the worst case scenario.
This is true.
I am
This
medicated.
is why I do
for
not
it.
sit next to her on the plane.
Yes. So at this point, I'm like hugging Hadley. I am freaking out. Pilot finally gets on and is like, hey, we're struggling to land. Visibility's bad. We get down to 300 feet. We go for it. We can't. So we're going to circle. We're going to go try a lower runway because there's zero visibility. You have to I don't even know all the pilot things, right? You have to have, or I think we were at 350. You have to have 300 feet of visibility. So once he gets down, he can't see anything. And then it's straight back up, right? So he's like, we're going to try this again. So of course, at this point, I'm like, we're dying. We're going to die. All of us are going to die.
Checked out.
I've got a bunch of ladies in front of me that were in Nashville for, I guess, a work trip or something. They're all hungover. Half of them are vomiting in bags in front of us.
Oh, no.
No kidding.
You and the
hell of a
vomit
trip.
on the plane.
Yes.
I never experienced that.
Hell of a trip.
Yes. And so I'm freaking out because I fly all the time and I have never had 2 aborted landings ever.
Yeah.
That, not like that, where you can see the ground
Right.
and it's engine's gun and back up. So then it circles back around or whatever. So this time you can actually see the ground when we're going down. Well, first, before this landing, I'm like, hey, Hads, I'm like, we're going to say a little prayer to Jesus, okay? And so I say a little prayer with her and she's like, Mommy, why do we need Jesus right now?
Well, Hallie, let me explain what this plane is doing.
And I'm like, well, we always need Jesus.
Great answer.
It's,
Great
whatever.
answer.
So then we go again. She can tell I'm I'm mini hyperventilating, but I'm trying to stay calm for her or whatever. And she's like, Mommy, it's okay. This tickles my tummy. This is fun. I'm like, this is not fun.
Mommy, this is okay.
Yeah.
So she's calming you down.
Oh, she's trying. She's trying.
It's not working.
I'm texting y'all. I'm texting Mr. Babs. I'm like, we're going to die. I'm texting my mom. I'm like, is this normal? She's like, it's okay.
So
Sometimes it happens.
how many aborted landings before
this was the
they
third.
decide not to do it?
Yeah, so we went 4 aborted landings. And on the 4th, I'm done, right? I'm mentally just toast. And so the pilot gets on. And the 3rd and 4th were the worst because they go to the lower runway because, okay, maybe we can get that. And then the pilot gets on and he's like, well, those 2 we could have done, but the tailwind was so strong it would have been an illegal landing. It's not safe, blah, blah, blah.
Illegal.
You gotta love that.
I'm like, okay, well, at least they're keeping us safe. So then they're like,
Listen.
we're going to Tampa.
Listen, you're going to Tampa.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well,
That was the
Tampa,
funny text for us.
Pensacola. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll just rent a car and drive or whatever. So I'm texting my people in Pensacola. They're like, Dawn, it's 10 hours away. I'm like,
gonna
oh,
make it.
geography. Okay, well, I'm not driving from Tampa then. Yeah, but it was terrifying. So then I'm also texting with Higby, my friend in Pensacola, and she's talking to her best buddy that's at the gate, and she's like, well, he said that the pilot is a former Navy pilot. He's really good. He's been doing this forever.
See,
And,
I'm with that.
I'm like, okay, good. And then I got another friend who's outside with a pilot, and he's like, yeah, the visibility is so bad. So they're texting me all their
Trying to
sources.
settle you down.
Yeah, that are telling me that everything's okay. But yeah, so we end up in Tampa, and then 7 hours later, we land. I'm like, you would have thought that snow would be the scary
Yeah.
part, but whatever.
Rain.
You know who-
rain, go
So
away.
we made it.
You needed Denzel Washington in flight.
No.
Flying
My
that
brother's
plane.
in that movie.
Yeah.
He would have inverted
He's on the
your ass.
plane in that movie.
Is he?
Is the whole movie on the plane? Probably. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
No.
I, I despise that you haven't seen any of Dane's.
I know.
movies.
I should have. I
Like, at least
really
his
should have
movies.
seen that because
Like,
he's
come
in
on.
it.
That's
Yeah.
all. Come on, Babs.
Yeah. Sorry.
What was the other
Sorry,
one
brother.
that she hasn't seen about John? He played John Glenn in a movie and she hadn't seen it.
No, he played
A
Alan
major role.
Shepard.
Alan Shepard,
in,
that's it.
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figure.
Which is like an award-winning
Both of them movies are cold.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. He actually bought it for me for Christmas one year.
We'll put you back on the plane.
Yeah.
Scare you a little bit more.
All right, so you're back. So the trip home was okay?
Well, yeah, until we got home and then Hadley vomited all night.
She made up for the trip. She didn't do it on the trip going down.
That's right.
well.
That's right.
You rather have it at home, though.
Yeah. Okay, good call.
Working through this, Babsy.
615-737.
Almost as disastrous as your Tennessee Titans right now.
Hey, they
Almost.
are beautiful. In a
Beautiful.
I'm gonna tell you what
Beautiful
that.
disaster.
I'm gonna tell you what's a problem for me. This is a whole nother story though. But I went to go meet with a good buddy of mine. Gotta love to have resources. Shout out to Ward Robinson. Since I was a child, was always in our corner. But I go meet with him in his office. So it's still a little bit of snow on the ground. You know what I don't like? Dogs that poop in snow and people don't pick it up.
How about dogs that poop that people don't pick up, period?
Let me ask you a question, Slay.
But now it's melted cold poop.
How sure
smeared.
are you that it was a dog?
Nah, you're talking.
Oh, Jesus.
That location I was in was.
I know where it works off of
It could have been even human. Yeah, you're right. Yep. So
I
I
wonder about
apologize
those
to all the dogs.
Maybe not.
It could have been humans. Yeah, it could have been dogs too, though. But yeah,
Work
that's
is,
nasty, though. I just want people to know that's nasty.
Work is the best, and he's VFL.
Absolutely, go Vols.
I mean, all the way through.
Oh yeah.
What? Who is Gamer2 in our chat? This isn't a podcast. Please be professional.
Gamer2
Have
is
you
sleeping.
never listened to us?
Yeah, you professional.
Listen.
What part is that?
Come on, dude.
Gamer2. We're all a big family here. So
Thanks for tuning in.
yeah.
That's all I can do.
You can call in 615-737-1045.
Have a ball.
Yeah.
Going on zero.
We also
It'll
have
be
plenty
fine.
of time to get into the NFL playoffs, which we will. Vikings, Rams tonight. Which way are you leaning?
Vikings.
You are?
I am going with the Vikings.
Rams beat 'em.
Does part of it have anything to do with what's going on in California? and
them having to leave and
that's rough. And you lose the home field advantage.
right.
I mean,
so I
know
went
that-
back and forth with somebody that was telling me
That's small considering what's going on there. but-
right. A younger guy was telling
But
me
they
they
have
got
to be
so much
worried
motivation.
about it.
Right.
Exactly. And that's what I was like, that's really not motivation. You know, it's
a worry.
Yeah, it's one thing to come back when it's
distraction.
all recovering. That's the motivation, giving people a break. But this is in the midst of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is still ashes. Like,
And they all know people who have lost homes.
right.
and-
Like this, he was trying to compare it to like, man, what about what the Saints did with Katrina? I said, dog, that was almost a whole year.
Yeah.
Like, this happened.
That was a celebration when they
Yeah,
came
you know
back.
what I'm saying? So yeah, like
When they came back.
Yeah. When they
came back.
But they had to play during.
yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Minnesota, this is a road game for Minnesota
One way or the
wherever they
other.
play. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Right.
same routine is for them.
So Glendale, Arizona, Vikings have 14 wins, more than any wild card team in history. That Vikings Detroit game was something.
That's what.
LA did beat Minnesota 30-20 in Week 8, and remember that was when Puka and Cooper Kupp both came back that day.
Yeah.
You know who
That
else?
was their first game back.
That was one of Moonshine's blood in the water picks too. I remember that because I bet on that. Well, it was one of my only wins.
The right way?
He's on a
Yeah,
roll.
Like he won?
they won
Okay.
with that one. That's what I meant.
First playoff game
He did
ever
lose quite
for
a bit.
Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold.
Dawn's vacation was almost as disastrous as last week's parsley.
Hey man, no. Hey y'all, listen. Y'all know I don't
what
even.
had
No,
happened
the parsley.
was-
No, it started great.
That's
It
how they
started
all
with
start.
no. This
always starts great.
No, this started phenomenal.
It'd be
though.
better for you if the one game you lost was at the beginning, and then you wouldn't even pay attention to it.
It's true. But then I paid attention and didn't bet, and they just lost
Then you
and
get,
lost
then
and
you,
lost.
yeah,
Like,
you get this
come on,
false
dog.
confidence, and then it's a disaster.
I was 13-3 this weekend until last night.
College football helped me. They started us going down the right way.
That's right. All right. More on Vikings Rams, more
said
on
that?
NFL playoffs, more on college football championship game. Tons to get to. Your phone calls 615-737-1045.
All right, y'all. I got what you're looking for. Listen very carefully. You thinking about, oh, yeah, you know that necklace that was sitting in the drawer? I need to get it fixed. I can't get it fixed. Can't nobody repair that. That's a lie. Why? Because Brentwood Jewelry can get it done. They can repair a little bit of anything. I mean, necklace repaired, earrings duplicated, watch maintenance. It does not matter. Brentwood Jewelry always comes and delivers. Because of the workmanship that goes into the Brentwood Jewelry's customized pieces, Brentwood Jewelry is also experts in repairs. So they hit you on both ends of it. Burning the candle at both ends, people. Now, engagements. They got something for you. Over 50 years they've been making it happen. Let them help take the stress out of making the big decision. Yeah, you got it. All you got to do is go to 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. You're looking for exceptional style, exceptional deals. It's been happening every single day for over how long? 50 years. BrentwoodJewelry.com.
3HL 1045, The Zone, Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay.
Yes.
I mean, all I can say is if y'all don't like story time with us, then you either don't know us, you're just new to the show. Like, our listeners tell stories. Like, we're all invested in each other, man.
Yes, we are. And we want to hear them. That's the other part.
Who cares?
I got,
Like, if you don't like it, go away.
yeah. Like,
It's really easy.
see you bye.
Hey, listen, I mean,
It's fine.
doing what we
It
do
is
in a
what it
public
is.
life, like, we get messages that are, not great
Like,
sometimes.
not
And I'm like,
everybody is
I'm
going to
like,
like
look, you
what
can't
you
please
do all
everybody.
the time. Yeah.
that's what I always say.
No.
Can't please everybody.
It's tough.
Or I love me, so you don't have to. These kinds of things. But
That's the old,
I forget where
I know you are, but
what am I?
What
Kind of
am I?
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is
But it's
one
true,
of
though.
those.
Like, listen,
teach
like, if
your,
you don't want in,
12-year-old.
stay over there. Stay over there. Go over there. I
don't over there.
Like, I won't affect your life. You don't affect my life.
that
That's
corner.
fine. But the other part of that is, let me just tell you, and thank you to the people that do get us and love us, because you guys have helped us be very, very successful for a long period of time. And, we strive to be the best at what we do every day. Hopefully we do that for you. Hopefully we entertain you, give you a little break from the reality of life, and talk sports at the same time, but have a good time doing it. That's kind of the goal here. 615-737-1045. Going back through this Vikings-Rams thing since we were talking about it. Vikings favored by 2.5, 7 o'clock on ESPN tonight. Man, it's been a fun last few days of football. College football semifinals 2 days in a row. NFL playoff Saturday, Sunday, and now tonight. This will be the first playoff game for Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold. I mentioned that earlier. Do y'all think that affects them at all? I probably wouldn't, to answer my own question.
I like when you do it.
Because he's had skin in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I know this is the first time he's, like, burst onto the scene, that thing. But this is year 6 for him.
Yeah. Experience, inexperience. I mean, walking into the playoffs is a different animal, but I think it's just as much pressure on them when you look at the Rams to try to compete as it is for Sam Darnold with everything going on. So, and then, like, the pieces he got around him, this is not their first rodeo.
Goodness.
Like, he got some
Receiver?
dogs, yeah.
So then the Rams have receivers too.
Right.
Here's the interesting part about the Rams coming in. They are the lowest scoring playoff team, and they've given up the most yardage out of any playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
But here they sit, and it's just a 2.5 point spread. And again, it's not home field. Although the LA Rams really don't have home LA Rams. Yeah, LA Rams and LA Chargers don't really have home field advantage anyway. Y'all think it's bad in Nashville because this is a destination town? LA. I mean, come on. It's all visiting fans all the time there.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see
Although
what
it
happens
is
in Glendale
an
tonight.
NFL city as opposed, I mean, it's a pro sports area as
Pro sports
opposed to
city.
college. Yeah.
Sure.
But they bitch about it all the time, about how there are way more road fans there. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Glendale in terms of ticket sales and all that stuff tonight.
I wonder how far that is.
Rams went 9-2 after the bye. So in their last 11 games, they are 9-2. They went from last. They were last in the division when they hit their bye week. Now they're first. They won the division. Puka and Cooper Kupp combined in the previous game. The Rams won 30-20 over the Minnesota Vikings earlier this season. Puka and Cooper Kupp combined. That was their first game back from injury. 12 catches, 157 yards, and a touchdown in Week 8. Winner will play in Philly on Sunday. So,
Because who are you picking?
I haven't decided.
Can you talk? You sound like you're about to talk
Usually-
yourself into the Rams a little bit.
No, usually when I can't decide, I go with you.
That's a great place to be.
I mean,
I don't know if I'm going to win.
now somebody might call in with like some inside knowledge of the
Yeah.
Rams or the Vikings today.
I
and
mean, they
change
may
my
be able
mind.
to
I don't
sway
know.
me. They can sway me a little
Yeah.
bit.
Also, before we go to the phone, 615-737-1045. Congrats to 3HL friend, Jim Nance. He called his 500th NFL game
Really?
on Sunday.
Wow.
How about that?
That's right.
There he is.
He's so good.
That's a
And
boy.
for those that
That's a
don't know,
voice from heaven.
he lives in Nashville, has for the last few years, and he called one day randomly line 3. So line 3 is the Jim Nance line. And we'll go there right now. Tyler in the borough.
Oh.
Tyler has a question for Slay. Tyler, what up?
Oh, man.
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
I'm good. What's happening, Tyler?
Hey, Slay. I was listening to the Alabama-South Carolina game the other night, and I heard a familiar voice because I'm a big Alabama guy, and just wanted to give you your flowers, man. That was awesome.
Oh, man, appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. They did ask a question, and you couldn't really hear it well on the broadcast. But they asked, if you had to pick your all SEC team right now, who would it be? And kind of a follow-up to that, what if you had to give your top 5 in the SEC right now, team-wise, who would you pick? And I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
This might be the hardest year to do that.
It is. It's
Great
tough.
job, Slay Dog.
And you know what? So Shooter was asking me a question coming from the studio, and
Shooter,
Pat Bradley.
I almost said Pat McAfee. Pat Bradley.
Pat
I almost
Bradley,
said Shooter McGavin.
There's a lot of shooters out there. And Pats.
Well, he can shoot it at Arkansas,
Pat
that's for
Bradley
sure.
could ball.
Yes.
Yeah, from Boston to Arkansas.
Right.
He can party too.
Oh, that's what he can mainly do.
Yeah.
So I couldn't hear it because it cut out during the question. I just went on, and I don't know what I started saying.
You just ignored the fact that you didn't know what the question was and
I
answered
winged
it
it.
anyway.
Yeah, I just went on a freestyle.
Look, you're a politician already.
You know what I'm saying? But
Have we all not done that?
to answer the caller's question, Tyler, top 5 teams would be in
Auburn.
no particular order. Well, I can't put it in particular order. Auburn, Alabama, Tennessee. No, Auburn, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky.
Yep. How about
Kentucky.
what Mark Pope has done?
Yeah.
I mean, the loss to Georgia was they were only a 2.5-point favorite, but again, on the road, that's kind of tough.
But Georgia beat 2 top 25 teams this week, too. So,
right.
I mean, like, Georgia should be ranked. Are they ranked?
Yeah, number 23.
Hello.
To Don's point, I mean, it's tough.
The
in
fight
SEC.
Mike Whites.
Yep.
Like,
And from a player standpoint, you can't answer that right now.
no, it's
There's
so
many
deep.
good players in the league right now.
It's so deep.
Hollering Dave on YouTube. High Tide. I love that commercial. Alabama fans hate that commercial.
They should. They should.
They should hate it,
should
but
hate
everybody else, like, I don't think it's derogatory toward Alabama. I'm not coming for, but I think it's funny. The guy with the new hat going
It's
High
cool
Tide.
for one time. Like, let's do it one time. Let's wipe the commercial clean. Like,
But he's like trying to be cool Alabama fan.
They looking at him coming out
brand
of the
new.
bus like, what are you talking about?
She pulls the tag off his hat.
Like, you idiot. But it's to Babs's point, man. There's so many players. I think you go automatically. You could damn near play the name game and kind of get guys like you're used to Janai Broom, you're used to Mark Sears, you're used to
Janai
Wade Taylor at
Broom,
A&M, Zakai Ziegler. Yeah, like it's Walter Clayton Jr. is another one.
By the way, with Janai Broom went down, and Bruce Pearl after the game looked concerned.
Dog, I was concerned.
Wouldn't you be?
I know. I texted you. I was like, we can't have this.
That
Like,
looked nasty on TV. Like it touched. He rolled his ankle
Yeah.
for everybody. Came down on his teammate's foot, rolled his ankle, and his ankle on the outside touched the
like
floor.
the ball on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he fell and was holding it, he was pointing to it with his mouth open like, ah. I was like, oh, no, that's a break. That's a break. But luckily, with no real
Did you
damage.
speak that?
No, believe me.
No, he's already had the MRI.
The league needs to have a superstar. And this would be, you had,
It's him and Flag right now, right?
yeah. But I'm saying leading up, you had Brandon Miller in contention for National Player of the Year. Dalton Connect, National Player of the Year. This year, Janai Broom in contention for National Player of the Year. So that helps the conference with all the other stars and keeps the spotlight on them. So
Since we're on college basketball, Tennessee beats Texas and Austin 74-70. Wasn't pretty, but figured out how to get it done. Z had 16 points and 8 assists. Dubar, your guy,
yeah, I keep on saying it.
contributed 12.6 boards. Chaz Lanier had 10 points. Akpara, 7 points, 9 rebounds, and maybe more importantly, he was able to give them 30 minutes.
That's the biggest part.
That's what they need from him.
Be able to stay on the floor. They need depth walking into it. That was a really good game. It's always hard fought though because of the Rodney Terry, the coach for Texas, knows Rick Barnes.
You said this going in.
Yeah, like that's gonna be a battle.
Because Reese wanted a 20-point win.
Yeah,
you
I'm
were
like, no, dog. That's not how the rivalry works. Like it's usually 4-point game, 3-point
you said
game.
maybe in Knoxville
Yeah, that could be a difference.
you can run somebody
yeah,
up, but
not.
just if you're on the road, go get a win.
I told you, a young fella, Trey Johnson, when I got to see him,
Yeah.
that young man, silky smooth, man.
He doesn't need much
Silky
space either,
smooth.
man.
None. Yeah, so
He could pull up off the dribble and drain it in your face. Doesn't need a catch and shoot situation. Rick Barnes, some interesting comments after the game on why he benched Lanier at one point. Lanier passed up an open three, and Rick Barnes explained why that's not cool.
I took him out first play in the second half because he didn't shoot the ball. That play was designed for that shot. And I told him, I said, if you're not going to do what you're getting paid to do, you can sit over here because he is getting paid to do it.
Can say that now.
That's where we are. I like how he said it, though. It's just matter of fact.
I remember we had, I think you might have been out, Euro, and it was me and Babsy, and we had Fulkerson. It was coming on our show, and Babsy was asking, like, before he came on, like, man, you think Barnes talks like this? Like the way he comes out in the post game and in the press conferences and talks? I was like, man, I'm pretty sure. And then Fulkerson came on and said the same thing, like, everything he's saying to y'all.
I asked him.
Yeah, you did.
He's like,
says, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's no filter, uncut, and he's at a stage in his career where, what you gonna do? I'm a Hall of Fame coach. What, you
like,
gonna fire me?
I'll make you better, and if you don't like it, okay.
Leave.
No, that's an interesting conversation, though, because we've brought it up a couple of times with how Barnes is so honest, and what he says to his players behind closed doors, he has no problem saying on a mic in a press conference too. And we've had numerous conversations. The reason I bring this up is because with Mike Vrabel now being hired by the Patriots, it's kind of a similar coaching style from that standpoint, right? Like
raw, uncut.
It's raw, uncut, a little crass, and that's Barnes from that standpoint, and his players seem to thrive in it.
Yeah.
Because of, I think, the honesty.
Yeah.
And he's still, I would say he's still considered a player's coach. Right?
And to your point, like with Vrabel, off the field, most players get along with him. He's a player's coach. Like, that's their guy. They want to go have a beer with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I kind of liken the coaching styles a little bit together, which is very different from maybe like
everybody can't do that.
We don't really know with Callahan because we've only seen him for a year, but kind of different from what we've seen at least so far from Callie, and maybe like the new age coaches that aren't as vocal like that or don't feel comfortable, speaking truth and honesty to a microphone. Into a microphone about their players. But because somebody had asked me about the Vrabel hiring in Boston, should I be excited or what? And I'm like, listen, there's a lot of players that love that guy that will do anything for Mike Vrabel. But then there's some that didn't react well to his coaching style.
If you get on the wrong side of him,
you're done, right?
Yep. And
so I'm like, it's hit or miss.
Some think you can't play free. And under him.
That's right.
That's what we had heard. And Wesley Woodyard is one of the guys who has been very vocal since he left here about issues with that coaching style and how it works and what it does to a locker room. So
you can't coach everybody that way. I talked to two coaches that were saying, they pointed out some situations where kids were involved, where these athletes were involved, and they said, like, you're teetering on losing your job if you approach it the wrong way. Like back in the day, you would say, all right, man, hit the line.
Right.
The hell you talking about? Or get out my practice. You say that now?
I remember carrying my middle hitter up the stairs as she's vomiting.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm like, we're not running this crap again. And if you don't make it, we have to. And coaches down there just berating and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes that doesn't fly anymore in this NIL. All right, I'm just going to leave world. So, it's interesting.
I think the way they put it was nowadays kids feel like it's a privilege for you to coach them instead of you to play for their coach now. So
the other thing about Mike Vrabel, it's funny, like revisionist history. Everybody's like, "Oh, we should still have Mike Vrabel." Okay, 6-18 in the last 24. You still want him with that offensive coordinator that he had?
Oh,
that
I don't agree with that.
You want Shane Bowen, defensive coordinator? Like, come on, y'all.
I'm cool.
And does that mean he won't have success in New England? No. I think he probably will.
I'm gonna wait on that one.
Holes there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
If given enough time.
Listen,
that's his culture,
great
though.
when he had good players.
Yep.
But once that offensive line went bad,
That's a good point. So you've made that point before. He inherited a divisional
a decent
champion
roster, yeah.
a divisional champion playoff team, and now he inherits 4 wins?
Yeah.
Yep.
And a brand new quarterback.
That's true. All right, more 3HL when we come back. If you want in, 615-737-1045. Mo and Jake and Brentwood, stay there. We'll come at you next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, good people? Holistic stem cell therapy. Let's get your body feeling good. How you going to do that? I just told you, holistic stem cell therapy. But you got to go to Kellum Stem Cell Institute.com to get it done. I am one to let you know that I had it done with my knee, yes, and my hip, and my shoulder. And you're asking me, you had what done, Slay? Well, I got my body's stem cells harvested and stored for future and continued use. Now, they are your healing cells. It's your body, your cells, your solution. With my knee, the results were so great. The inflammation left so quickly. I wanted to expedite the results in my hip. So I went back, talked to Dr. Kellum, and said, hey, man, hold on, Kellum, man, check this out. Ethan Kellum is his name, but I call him Doc. You can call him Doc. Doc, listen, we got to get this hip together. He said, don't worry, we hit you with the secret sauce. Secret sauce is mine because it's stored for future and continued use. All it is your nanoparticles and things waking up your cells, telling your body, let's go, let's get this inflammation out of here. 615-850-4415. You go have the conversation and consultation today at KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
I love living in Middle Tennessee. We've got great restaurants, entertainment, sports, and one of the nation's top Ford dealers right here in our backyard. Two Rivers Ford. Remember that name. Two Rivers has been a staple in our community since 1983. They're locally owned. They have a non-commissioned sales team, and they sell below MSRP. They've been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. The executive producer of 3HL is Zeph.
What's up?
By the way,
Zephyr?
on Thursday, we put up an over-under on snow total for Nashville. So the snow total in Nashville is taken at B&A, which is, in Nashville, but not downtown. But anyway.
It's close enough.
So we put the snow total at 5.5 inches. 3.9. We all went over. Zeph went under. Congratulations to Zeph. Good job.
Thank you.
What was it?
3.9.
Really?
Should I go be a
Sure
weatherman?
looked like more.
I don't know what it is, Zeph.
Well, you don't have to be right all the time, just like occasionally.
You are right.
I bet you I could
Right on that.
I could make like a 5-year career off just that one prediction.
I'm
That was
wrong.
all.
Leland Statham is of all, so I would be careful.
VFL, Leland Statham.
All right, I would make a 2-year career off that one.
Statham.
I'll make a 2-year career off that one prediction.
You think so?
Yeah.
Get Davis Nolan over here. Snowbird.
Davis. Snowbird's gone.
R.I.P. Now, I just saw him in a promo.
Is he back?
He was in a promo.
I didn't know they brought
I
him
had
back.
it muted, so I didn't know what they were saying, but it was what's
People
her name?
who are not from Nashville have no idea what we're talking about.
R.I.P. Bill Hall. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Bill Hall, OG, weatherman for Channel 4 forever.
So is that why we did away with the snowbird?
Because Bill Hall died.
Uh-oh.
Would you guys like to know the finalists for the Titans general manager position?
Absolutely.
All right, according to Ian Rappaport just a few moments ago, the Titans are bringing back 3 candidates for their GM job. That includes Chiefs assistant GM Mike Borgonzi, Bucks assistant GM John Spytek, and Bears assistant GM Ian Cunningham.
Oh, man.
Now, he does say there will be several others, but those are the 3 finalists so far.
Ian Cunningham.
Bears.
Sounds like an English teacher.
Didn't we have him last time?
Yes, he was in the round of interviews the last
We
time.
have him last time.
We did, didn't we?
Just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I just like how you put it. Didn't we have him last time?
He was
We
just
had
here.
him out to dinner.
Yeah, so he was just here hanging with us.
All right, so those are the 3, according to Zeph and Ian Rappaport.
For now, because he said they might bring others.
So no Thomas Dimitroff. That's the guy I wanted. Remember having Thomas Dimitroff on at the
That's the
Super Bowl
Falcons.
last year?
Yeah.
Ex-Falcons guy.
Really liked him. Yeah.
Great hair, right? Like the hair to glasses combo was phenomenal.
I got to go see him.
Well,
go
that
look
wasn't what stood out to me. I was more on to the analytics side of him that I
Very
really
much.
enjoyed.
Very much
what it
so.
was. That's
Very
what-
much so.
But yeah.
Dimitroff.
Really smart.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not very tall, as I remember.
Who's the hell?
It's funny the things I remember about people.
I know.
Oh,
It's a wild hell right
What
now.
was the conversation that we had with him? I don't know. He wrote a book, right? Like that's what he did.
Tom Pelissero just added that Colts assistant GM Ed Dodds also coming back.
Ed Dodds.
So 4 for now.
4. Okay.
Ed Dodds sounds like a big man in the ABA back in the 70s.
And now Bills exec Terrence Gray.
I mean, what are we doing here?
I mean, they're just bringing back everybody for
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. The whole
okay.
list.
We're down to 3. Oh, wait. No, now there's 5. What? Can I ask this, Titans fan?
No, I want more from Zeph. Just let time go by and he'll have another candidate that's coming back.
Probably the way this is going.
How invested are you in this hire? Do you care?
I mean,
Titans fan in general.
Oh,
I'm asking our listeners. I'm asking the chat.
615-737-1045.
Let us know. Slay, are you?
Me neither. I mean,
Me either. I know that sounds awful.
It's a scout guy.
Get me to the draft.
Well, guess what? This is going to be a big piece.
Right, but
of
Brinker controls
that
the 50.
draft.
And if there's anybody I want to hear from, is Brinker. That's the only thing that could soothe me.
Yeah. Chad, Brinker, call the show.
I was just saying.
615-737-1045.
0. Not me.
Nobody's worried about it.
Nobody knows Chad Brinker.
Nope.
I was just
I don't
thinking
know him.
about this.
We would have to put him in the boom boom room, right? Just to find out more about him.
I may get locked away.
We better ask tough questions, though. Now you can get some crap.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Ask the morning show.
Can't just ask you about Sloppy Joes. You want Sloppy Joes?
Yeah. But seriously, I consider myself a pretty
Clowns.
a clown.
No.
Wait, what?
I thought you called her a clown too.
No.
By the way,
Hold on now. I'm going on no
Listen.
sleep. You want to clown me out? Well, let's go, Slay.
Ringling Brothers Circus is coming to Nashville at the end of the month.
Oh, you know what that
and
means?
they don't
Bricks
I'm
is
have,
gonna
going.
smell like poop.
I can't
for
wait. I'm going.
3 weeks.
they don't have the Barnum and Bailey people with them either anymore. What
It's
happened?
ringing. It might be wilder.
What happened?
Oh, PETA happened.
Ooh.
That's what happened. Seriously.
Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't calling you a clown. I was
what it
talking about
sounded
the
like.
tough questions, and then it was a delayed response.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm
yeah.
like, those clowns.
Yeah.
And then you just happen to be saying what you are.
Yeah.
And you're not.
Okay. All right.
So who are the clowns in that
Anyway,
situation?
So
Bring in the clowns.
bring in the clowns.
Babsy got it.
I got it.
That was like a 1940s song.
Yeah, I used to say, I sang that in pageants as my talent once.
Sang it in chorus at JT Moore Middle School.
There you go.
Man, you know,
World comes back around.
when you're at middle school and you don't want to be in the chorus, like, so.
But you have to do band, chorus, or orchestra, right?
Right, and I
You
was
gotta
already
do
in
one of them.
band, so I'm like, what more do y'all want from me? Like, I'm first chair trumpet. Just let me do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I was second at that point to Brett Niblack. What up, Brett? Mr. Dicey was our chorus
At
singer.
least you aren't.
I
At
remember.
least you hold no grudges there for not getting the first chair.
Well,
there.
I passed him eventually. So, and he's a doctor now. So I think he
One
went
of
to.
these is not like. The
I know. I think he
other.
went to North Carolina. Shout out Babs.
Ew.
But anyway, I don't even talk to him anymore. But now his phone's blowing up. What was I going to say? No. So when you're in chorus and they're trying to figure out where to put you, like tenor, alto, whatever. So Mr. Dicey would have us come up during the song. He would just point at you and come up, and you'd sing into his ear.
That's creepy.
What? Like, what? No way you could do that with kids nowadays.
Nah,
So I intentionally
Sing in my ear?
I tried to sing bad because I didn't want to be in there.
because you didn't want to be in there. He's like, put him
I
in
mean,
the back.
How bad is that? Damn
It's like
seventh
me with
grader, man.
dance.
Get in the back.
Put her in the back. Hide
My
her.
mom would be like, "How was school today?" I tanked the chorus. I mean,
Why would you do
intentionally.
such a thing?
615-737-1045.
To
Yeah, what was you
Brinker.
gonna say?
Brinker.
No,
We need to know more
Titans
about him.
fans, No Titans fan knows anything about him.
Nope.
Haven't
listen.
heard a ton. I mean, besides the prepackaged here you go. Here's his statement,
Yes.
or here he is on a podcast, or whatever. I mean, other than that, to my knowledge, he hasn't been on any radio shows, right, in town,
I've never even met the guy that I know of.
right?
Maybe I did.
I think I met
don't-
him once.
Did you? Okay.
Like out at
Well, listen. I think now would be a great time in between interview sessions for him to like, hey, Brinker, call in, and we'll allow you the opportunity to tell Nashville who you are and what you are. Now, of course, we'll have to ask some questions, but listen, we're fair. But ultimately, I think it would be important for Nashville to get to know that guy, right?
What if Miss Amy called?
She's not going to.
Miss Amy doesn't like media. I
She doesn't
really
like to
think,
be in the front
I
of
know
it.
there's a lot of people that are very frustrated and upset that she hasn't stood in front of a mic and answered questions. And I get it because you know me, I'm like transparency.
Yeah.
Like come answer questions from the media.
Yeah.
Tell us your decision making process. Give us the reason behind the scenes for some of
Right.
these decisions
Moves.
because people question them and don't understand some of them. So I get it, but I also do know that she is not comfortable from a media standpoint dealing with all that.
And I'm on board with her not having to
get
do
that.
it too. And I was just like, if we had a
But-
surprise guest that we wanted to call, who would you want to hear from the Titans?
Brinker, because we
Brinker
don't know him.
or Amy.
Yeah.
One of those two.
I mean, Amy, I know that she doesn't like to do it. Like, and
Yeah.
what's funny about that, and I
But
told
as
her,
a
I told her,
want-
That's all I'm saying.
I told her this to her face. Like, you're good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes just embrace, be comfortable with the uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, and we're all good at various things. Like I sit and talk into a microphone every day, like y'all do. But I, unlike y'all, am very uncomfortable if I'm standing in front of like 300 people talking
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different
on a
well, that's
stage
a
into a
different
microphone.
animal. Yeah.
I like that.
I know you do.
Really? We had no idea.
1-3 until next 1045 The Zone.
Good afternoon. It's 4:03. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. Breaking news from Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero as they have reported on the several candidates that are coming back for a second interview for the Titans' vacant general manager job. Among them include Chiefs assistant GM Mike Borgonzi, Bucks assistant GM John Spytek, Bears assistant GM Ian Cunningham, Colts assistant GM Ed Dodds, and Bills exec Terrence Gray are the 5 names that have been reported. According to Ian Rappaport, several more are to come because the Titans did finish an interview with Packers VP of Player Personnel John Eric Sullivan earlier today. He could be on that list, revealed later this week. In NFL news today, Cowboys have decided not to retain head coach Mike McCarthy, making him a free agent available to speak with teams immediately. According to Adam Schefter, the Bears and Saints are the 2 favorites to land McCarthy as the next head coach. Tennessee men's basketball falls to number 6 in this week's AP poll. After a 1-1 week where they lost to Florida by 30, the Vols spent a program high 5 consecutive weeks at number 1, which now belongs to the Auburn Tigers. Tennessee is a top 25 matchup with number 23 Georgia on Wednesday. Tonight, wildcard weekend wraps up with the Rams hosting the Vikings in Arizona. That game was moved due to the devastating wildfires in Southern California. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock, and that's when you can catch the game right here on The Zone. For your foundation repair and whatever needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Monday. Don Davenport is here, y'all.
What up? Let's go.
What up, Babsy? Switch, please.
Happy Monday, party people.
Party people in the house. 615-737-1045. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Switch, please.
Evident Bank Chat is open. You can communicate with some of the 3HL family there. I'm in every once in a while. Slay Dog's in all the time.
I'm in the building. Hey.
Dawn will hop in every once in a while as the Zone, which is,
Yeah, because I don't ever log in. Now, I sign my name at the end, so everybody knows it's me.
Put the whole weight of the radio station on your shoulders.
Carry us, Babsy.
Probably would be frowned upon with some of the things I say, but
Monday Night Football, Vikings at Rams coming up tonight. Vikings favored by 2.5. Trying to figure out which way to go there. Slay Dog going with the Vikings.
Yep.
Could we see
Uh-oh.
a Danny Dimes package tonight?
Their coach is the one that came out. What did he come out Friday or Saturday talking about that? Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. I think if they want to win,
Oh, just stop.
I'm just saying, Babs.
Well,
listen,
his
they
quote
got 14 wins without him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't enough.
But they're also looking towards a longer run. You might need. I mean, your backup is what's his name? Nick Mullen. Whatever. Might as well have him in there. I mean, dude, hey, Danny Dimes, put a package in. Let him show off his mobility.
Because he got it.
Surprise some
Because he
people.
got it. He ain't going to surprise me. Because I know he got it.
I know.
Listen,
See?
Danny Dimes is me and Slay's bridge quarterback.
I know. That's why I brought that up.
Yes.
You guys love, Slay has loved Danny Pennies for a long time.
Lady.
But what did, their coach said, I mean, they moved him to the active roster because they had put him on the practice squad, right? Whenever he
had
was released.
Had to show out there, and he did.
So they put him on the practice squad, and then obviously with the promotion, they signed him to the active roster, probably looking for a long run here, a Super Bowl run. And coach said, well, yeah, it could be a package, but I'm not discussing that at this podium.
Yeah,
like that, there's no benefit for me to sit here and tell you that there could.
But boy, I would say it though. Make them prepare for that.
Man, no secret weapon.
Yeah,
everybody knows his secret weapon.
I want the Rams preparing for a running quarterback.
You think McVay's
because they're wasting time on it if you don't play him?
No, McVay's not wasting no time. He's already preparing for him. Danny Dimes is a weapon. He's not on anybody's roster just to sit.
He wasn't on anybody's roster for a while.
And that was the sneak attack.
And that's who you want for your bridge
We
quarterback.
purposely did that, Babsy. We purposely set out. until
Wait,
we-
so then he was just sitting on the Vikings depth chart with Nick Mullins in front of him?
Right? Like,
Smart.
Didn't Nick Mullins play at
he's on
Mississippi
the
State?
practice squad. He did, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually loved that guy.
And then he just sit back and wait, and then he was like, "Oh, we in the playoffs? Let me go show these folks what I can do." Boom, right down the real roster. Can't do that early when you move in there, because then you're gonna take Bradford's job. Why would you want to do that?
Watch him have like a
Why do I keep
30
calling this man
what-
Sam Bradford?
What? I don't know. Watch him have like a 32-yard run tonight.
Yo, if he get in, MVP goes to him.
He ain't
Like,
coming
it's-
out.
No.
Package leaves to just stay in there.
You want Darnold or Jones? I'm just telling you. I know what I'm getting.
615
I would have a
737
package for
1045.
him.
Yeah.
Utilize his
Why not?
mobility.
Absolutely.
1,000% I would.
But they haven't to this point. That's what I'm saying. Like, why haven't they until
Look
this
at
point?
the Commanders. Commanders had a little package for Mariota going in there.
Yeah, they did.
Little what is it, QB? What they call it? What's the tush push? What's the Redskins version? I mean the Commanders version of it.
I mean, that,
I mean,
guess.
Command
it's
push.
push now.
Yeah, it's just
Command push. Sounds
Is the name.
interesting.
push. Oh, Command Alt.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Is that what they named
What
it?
is no? It should be Command Shift. What's the buttons you press on the computer?
Oh, Control
Control, Alt, delete.
No, that's the Chargers because they drafted Joe Alt.
Look at you. You better go working. Good job, Zell. Eggs paid off.
Wait, did
You
somebody
guys-
did somebody come into Cracker Barrel asking for you?
So not while I was there. It was early. It was like during the week. So I would have been working here. But apparently, my boss told me on Sunday when I was there.
Keith, shout out Keith.
What up, Keith?
That someone had came in and was like, "Does Joseph Bonanno work here?" And they were like,
The whole name.
they were like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Is he here now?" They were like, "No," and they're like,
pick.
"Oh man, I listened to him on the radio."
That's
Celebrity
awesome. Zeph, you're our celebrity.
I love it.
And then some of my coworkers,
out
Zeph
here.
can make some mean biscuits at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, eggs.
some of my coworkers proceeded to ask, "Wait, you're on the radio?"
No, what? This goes back. This goes back to what I was trying to tell y'all when he first got hired.
Be careful with the quiet guy.
No, he's a double agent like dude.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you keep saying that.
I'm telling you how the people that work with him the longest don't know what he do. On the radio.
That's true.
The radio?
The
Come on,
radio?
y'all.
I don't
The
hide
radio?
it.
Radio.
How do you spell
Radio.
that?
Radio.
What's the spelling on that?
R-E-D.
R-A-Y. R-A-Y.
REDD.
Radio. R-E-Y. D-O.
Yo,
There you go.
There's gotta be an I in there somewhere.
Lord.
That's famous.
Man.
So Cracker Barrel, Murfreesboro, what's the street?
On
Old Fort.
Old Fort, yeah.
He's there on the weekends. in the
Old
morning.
Fart Parkway.
What was you about to ask, Babsy? You was about to ask something.
Oh, I
worked
was.
through the Danny
I
Dunn
was
stuff.
going back to the. Do you guys seriously are all in on a bridge quarterback?
Yeah, Danny
and
Dunn.
both of you are all in on.
Oh, I'm
Danny
in.
Dunn.
I'm
Danny
only
Dunn.
in on Danny Dimes.
Yeah,
though.
man. Listen.
Nobody else.
Listen,
Okay, but
when they
wait.
sign him and he flies in here, me and Slay will be there holding the sign. Danny Dimes.
Well, you'll
Well,
be
I'm
the
flying
only
in with
ones. You'll
So
be
he's
the
gonna go
only
pick him up.
ones.
Bingo.
So,
Oh, we could go pick him up.
do you
I'm
want
going
them
to
to
Minnesota.
draft a quarterback and have
No.
a bridge
No,
guy?
no.
Trade back.
Y'all are smoking crack.
It's good.
That's a drop. Thanks.
Let's get Mo in here in Nashville. Mo, what's up, man?
Oh, fuck.
Whoa! Did you dump that?
The timing of it all.
Yikes!
The timing of it all.
Oh my gosh. That was the first call of the day. Poor Mo been waiting.
He probably want Danny Dimes so bad. He was like,
Oh, man.
they talking about somebody else driving
So-
the quarterback. No.
I always have to explain how our dump button works. If you're listening on the radio, you just missed what just happened. If you're listening on the app, online, wherever else, you heard pure comedy.
Somebody said, thank you, Mo. Him, boy. Cut it out, dog. He spoke your mind, didn't he, him, boy? Hey, but this, so I am all
I
for
can't get it together. Babs has
what
her head in her hands. I
It was
can't
the
quit
timing of
laughing.
it. It was the time.
That's right, John L. I laugh. Thank you. I can't quit laughing because I have fun at work.
Dude.
Mo, I hope you know that my headphones just
straight.
went flying across the room
Yep.
because I jumped out of my chair to smack the
Good job,
dumb button.
Zeph.
That
I
was
hope I got
incredible.
it.
That was incredible timing right there.
That was crazy.
That was the F bomb on our on our show.
First time since Clay Travis talking about the Wiggles.
Oh boy. Okay. Do we dare try another caller here?
I mean, the next guy is Jake and Brentwood. So I have full confidence in
there.
Jake and Brentwood not to curse, right,
He will
Jake?
not curse.
Jake ain't even there no
Nah,
more.
he ain't even there.
Jake. Hello.
Oh, fudge.
Boy, that got her. Although I didn't say fudge.
Oh, next.
Zev, you think we should break right now?
Yeah.
615-737-1.
We got to get it together. Come on, guys. Get it together. Twitch, please. Hey, homeowners, it's time to start out fresh in 2025, just like we're going to start out fresh on our next segment. Loan Pronto is here to help you take control of your finances in 2025, lowering your house payment, consolidating that nagging debt. Do you have it? High interest credit cards, maybe? Well, guess what? 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by just calling Loan Pronto. Right now, Loan Pronto has some of the most competitive offers for refis, debt consolidation, purchase loans, starting in the low fives APR. If your current rate's over 6%, don't pay too much. Even if you're in the process with another lender, let Loan Pronto help you out, or at least give you some options. Lock in a lower rate today, close in as little as 2 weeks, usually with no appraisal in our area, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Fast, easy, hassle-free, personalized Loan Pronto rate quote comes instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. I did it with Loan Pronto, got money out for a backyard project, and they were awesome. 615-499-5780. LoanPronto.com is the website. 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. Executive producer is Zeph. Zeph, you okay in there?
No. My heart's pounding.
Mo shook Zeph. I mean, the timing of that is just unbelievable. Hey, Mo, what's going on, man? And then he just drops an F-bomb in another conversation. He was on hold for 57 minutes. You think he was just cursing, like just dropping F-bombs the whole time he was on hold? Or did we just catch the one in 57 minutes?
We just caught the one. I think we caught the one.
AFC playoffs coming up. Number 4 seed Houston at number 1 seed Kansas City. It was weird watching that game, Chargers and Texans. Number 1, Justin Herbert still has no playoff wins. That's interesting.
Wow. Guess what, though?
The Chargers were dominating that game, but they kicked 2 field goals and couldn't get in the end zone.
They heard the parlay, too.
Did they?
Started the game off right, though.
They were in complete control.
It's ready to roll.
But they couldn't get a touchdown. And I was like, it's still 6-0.
Give Mo another chance.
I would, but he's not. No, we can't today. Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, Mo.
Yeah. We have rules around this establishment.
Sometimes we abide by them. Sometimes we don't.
Sometimes we have no choice. I mean, if it were up to us, y'all can say whatever the heck you wanted. I don't, we're on satellite radio.
Yeah, that's one we gotta abide by.
Yeah, I mean, FCC. But they were in complete control. But I kept thinking, man, if Houston could just get one pop play or something,
yeah,
and they didn't though, y'all. They got a 99-yard touchdown drive.
Dog, put it together,
and then kicked the field goal. Then it's 10-6 at halftime, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
Then it's all rolling.
They did.
They looked like the Houston that we thought.
32-12. So the Houston Texans at Kansas City. Kansas City, a 7.5-point favorite. I looked at the weather. They're going to play Saturday, 3:30 on ESPN. High of 29 degrees in Kansas City.
That's warm. This time of year?
Yeah. Low of 9.
That's not as warm.
Listen, my thing with temperature
but
is...
they're in the afternoon, right? So it'll get cold in the second half, late second half.
Right, 3:30 to 6:30. Sun will be down. So that temperature will go falling through the 20s. Mm-hmm. But my thing on temperature is if it's a one syllable thing, then I don't want any part of it.
Yeah.
9, 1 syllable. 23 can deal with it. Ravens at Bills in the other one.
2 syllable weather.
Did you see? This is random. Did you see the ice sculpture of Josh Allen?
No.
Oh, it was amazing.
Outside the stadium?
Yeah, the snow ice sculpture that somebody crafted. The detail in it was amazing.
Was he in uniform in that thing?
Yep.
Okay, good.
And spray painted it, colored everything.
Oh, spray painted the ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was awesome. Yeah.
But what happens when it melts? It'll be like that really annoying insurance commercial where the guy has his wax.
No,
thing.
This is too in depth.
Yeah, but when everything melts there, it's so nasty anyway. Like it's dirty and gross.
Just grunge.
Yeah.
No, you want to see this?
Yeah. Here, I'll come around there. Y'all talk.
No,
okay,
I got you.
Get Mo back on the phone.
I got you. I'm showing the video.
Yeah.
Look at that, dude. How real does that look?
It was really cool. It was all over social media.
That is in depth. Look at y'all.
Yeah.
Look at y'all. Look, y'all.
He looks like Paul Bunyan playing football, though.
I mean, he kind of does in real life, too.
He does.
Yeah. Right?
615-737-1045.
Yep. What's the time that it took to do this?
Jake in Brentwood is back. So, Jake, what's up, man? Don't drop F-bombs, please.
Oh.
Jake, come on.
Not funny.
Not funny.
I told Zeb, I said he did not catch it, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, you were on hold on the phone, dude.
You heard it on the phone, man.
Yeah, I heard it on the phone. Oh, okay, yeah. So you might have got it.
He got it. He hit it like 5 times.
Give me a heart attack over here.
Zeph, you're good, Zeph. Don't listen to Jake.
So here's what I got. So this is what I'm trying to overcome is BD singing in the ear of some choral dude. But anyway.
Yeah.
What the heck, dude?
Mr. Dicey over at John Trotwood Moore.
Oh, that's dicey, all right.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah, it is. My God. Nobody's beating the Ravens.
That's who I bet on, and I hated to do it because I hate the Ravens, but money is money. I bet on them several weeks ago at plus 700. They're at plus 350 now or something.
Rolling.
Yeah,
so that's your
win.
pick, Jake? Ravens?
Nobody's beating the Ravens.
Yeah.
Not the Bills, not the Not the Lions. No, I mean, nobody.
Lions are my heart pick, though.
Why is that?
Because how likable is what they've been able to do, and that for that fan base and their coach, and I mean, just everything they've put together. It's just, for me, I feel like they're the feel-good story, right?
Yeah. So hopefully the Titans can be the Lions one day.
One day.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Ravens.
Don't get me started on how much I despise.
Let me ask you a question about the Ravens, though. Are they more likable now?
Why?
I don't know. They just seem like they're because how can you not like Lamar
Derrick
Jackson?
Henry?
How can you not like Derrick Henry? John Harbaugh doesn't do anything to infuriate anybody, does he?
No, but it's more about that fan base and
I get that.
just the
town in general.
the town and the attitude and the
Plays like get in, get out, please.
right. Just it's
History.
and the arrogance and then the history with the
history, for
Titans
sure, yeah.
is where my hate comes from.
Okay, I get it.
I don't hate Lamar. I certainly don't hate Derrick Henry, but I hate that franchise.
I'm picking them to win it.
Ugh.
Let's
go Lions.
Lamar is so fun to watch.
Lamar's
pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
Jake, what have you been up to, man? You've been hiding.
A little bit. I've been in Arkansas and doing my little. Yeah, it's a great city. So check this out. I'm in camp. I'm in camp, and
What kind of camp, Jake?
duck camp. And
whoa. Okay.
yeah, and there's Double D on the TV. I was like, yeah, I know her. And they're like, yeah, whatever. And then we're flipping through. Football's off and basketball's on. And there's Slay. I was like, yeah, man, that's my brother. They're like, yeah, whatever. I was like, okay.
You should have called me, Jake.
Never mind.
Put me on speaker.
You should have texted us. You know we text while we work.
Yeah, I was like, that's my crew. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Big liar. I was like, no, okay, whatever.
They don't. I mean, I'm sure they know your big personality.
Yeah, I got a big personality, but it didn't go over to duck camp too much.
Duck camp. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
That must
But
be a
anyway,
Southern
yeah,
hunting
man,
thing.
I had so many things on my mind when I was calling, and we just transferred, but the last thing that stuck in my mind was like BD singing into his squirrel person's ear. I was like, I can't go there, man. What the hell?
Listen, man, it was like seventh grade. Jeez.
And then the F-bomb totally.
Yeah, this has been a crazy show, that's for sure.
Already.
Yeah. Well, F-bomb dropped on me, and everything fell apart, and so I had to call back.
All right.
But anyways,
Enjoy duck camp.
He's already been.
Oh.
He's back.
I'm going to Oklahoma here in a minute. But anyways,
Okay.
In a minute.
you guys be careful, and Double D. I share your pain. Listen, I share your pain. One time I dated this girl. She had a home in St. Michael's, Chesapeake Bay area, and we had to do island hoppers. And five times, we were on this little twin engine, and they were like going into D.C. and had to abort the plane. And I was in the seat where you guys look through it. It's horrible.
Jake,
It's terrifying.
I don't think you aborted the plane. You jumped out of the plane.
You got about it. That's
You
smart.
wanted to abort the plane at that point, didn't you?
I aborted the plane. I said, I'm done with this after 5. I just jumped in Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah. Might have a better chance of survival.
All right, Jake, man.
Yeah.
Good luck in Oklahoma, brother.
See you guys. Love you. Bye.
Love you, Jake.
Anybody know why
Another
he's
city
going to
for
Oklahoma?
Who knows?
More ducks.
Oh, is it Ducks in Oklahoma? I know everybody goes to Arkansas.
Ah, man. Listen.
Like our friend Brad Lampley goes to,
you can't wait.
Arkansas to do that.
Maybe some in Oklahoma.
Nick Mullins, backup quarterback for the Vikings.
Danny Dimes.
But there's a backup package for Danny Dimes tonight.
Backup now. I just
Be the
listen.
guy that follows the guy?
Right. I know that you guys.
Be the guy that follows the guy that follows the guy. Like Mike Keith.
Just be the guy. Just somebody be the freaking guy.
I got
That's my take for the Titans. Somebody just step up and be the freaking guy at quarterback. Ugh.
You got one?
Yeah, the guy.
Danny Dimes?
You know, the thing.
The guy. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are all set. I know that this is going to be a huge conversation.
Listen, I'm all
moving
set
forward.
today on Monday, January 13th, and I've been set for several days. I'm listening to my guy Slay over here.
I'm fine with y'all's Danny Dimes.
It could change tomorrow, Babs.
Don't.
That's where we are. I'm fine with your Danny Dimes BS. Okay? That's fine. Great. Bring him in. He can be a bridge quarterback.
Yeah.
For the rookie that you draft with the number 1 pick, who can sit and learn then.
Okay.
Who Matt Murphy told us he would take all 6 from last year before either of the 2 this year.
I don't care. I would take him Warren.
If it presents itself, I want an overhaul for this pick.
For you want a haul, not an overhaul. You want a haul for the pick.
No, why want the overhaul?
Overhaul with a haul.
No, ain't the overhaul more than the haul?
The overhaul is like just get rid of all the old and bring in the new.
Oh, I'm absolutely with that.
Well,
yeah. Yes, I hello. Yeah.
If there wasn't a reset before, now.
Oh, this is the time.
Now's the time.
And I'm talking about everybody.
Yeah.
Big Jeff, everybody.
Whoa.
what? Stop.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's over and done with. It's going to take 2 years to get it back right. Big Jeff got 2 more years in him. Let him go. We sent Derrick Henry to go win the championship. Let's send Big Jeff off to greatness, too.
Okay, now you're just stop.
Okay.
This snow has gotten to you. You traveled too much last week. Now you're just off the chain.
I'm sorry. Okay,
You
but I want to
can't
haul.
fill every single. Listen,
Exactly.
If anything,
You want a haul of draft picks and players.
Bingo.
You
Yes.
want a haul. That's fine. You can talk about getting a haul.
An
But you
overhaul.
can't be overhauling the
One overhaul.
entire team because you can't do it. Then it's going to take you freaking 6 years. You have some pieces.
Yeah, you do
You
have
have
pieces.
some
You do.
pieces.
She's right.
She is right.
Yeah.
No, but
I know.
nobody thinks that. Titans fans are like,
Bingo.
there are no pieces.
See, you're right
There's
again.
nothing on this roster worth a damn.
Yes, Babsy. That's
But
what I'm
there
saying.
is.
Yeah, no, but how long do you think it will go before we get back on track?
Listen,
Even with the rookie quarterback and a bridge quarterback.
Listen.
if you get the quarterback, I know it's a big if,
Man.
and you get somebody on the right side. Like, do we?
Listen,
do
Washington
we
has a
forget
playoff
that
win.
Calvin Ridley's on the roster. Do we
Yeah, you're
forget
right.
that Tajay Spears is pretty
Tony
good?
Pollard.
Tony Pollard's
Yep.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the left side of your line's pretty
That's
good.
gonna be pretty good,
next
yeah.
year
Yep.
because of the experience.
I agree.
Latham will have a full 17-game season under his belt. Well,
agree.
where now he understands the tax it takes on your body.
Yep.
You know,
Skoronski in year 3. Cushionberry come
Skoronski,
back healthy.
Cushionberry healthy, understands that he wasn't what he needed to be at the beginning
Mm-hmm.
of the season. I'm like, it's not that bad. It's
Wow.
not a complete.
Listen to Babsy.
I've never heard
Wow,
her
Babsy.
speak this
I just
way.
don't
Usually
think
it's us
a
saying stuff like that.
I know.
It's not a complete disaster here waiting. Don't get me wrong. It's a disaster.
Yeah.
I need to step that back.
Yeah.
Don't sit here and.
But there are pieces
and
you
let
could build
me-
around.
There are
Yeah.
pieces that
I
you
agree.
can build around, but you got to get the right side of the line. You got to get your quarterback, and you got to find another pass rusher.
Vandy Man AD2, Babsy for GM.
Okay, now next question to that. Do you trust them to be able to build it? If
I
you
don't know
build it,
because
they
I don't
will
know
come.
who the hell's building it.
Hello.
You
Bingo.
knew. It's like you knew I was about to say that.
What?
If,
Hello?
If they build them,
I beat you to
they
it.
will come. Yeah.
So that's my thing.
Yeah.
Like we understand what we got with this draft, this past draft. Good job. You got pieces that you just talked about to help build on. Those pieces come back for year 2. You're in good
You got
position.
some young pieces.
Yes, and
Jarvis Brownlee Jr. I loved
That's what I'm saying.
what he did. I think he
what-
has a future. You've got
Absolutely.
Well, if you'd have seen that coming,
McCreary still, yeah.
if you'd have seen that coming, you could have saved $90 million. Just put Brownlee out there.
Yeah.
But
What's
Cheeto
funny about
was-
Brownlee is they drafted him to be inside corner, and he ended up having to not only play as a rookie but also play outside.
yeah.
And then toward the end of the season, they started
And
putting him
did
on the
pretty
number
damn
one
good.
receiver.
Yep.
They started putting him on the number one receiver and letting him travel a little
Yep.
bit.
I think there are some pieces. I think there's some young pieces from this draft. I don't
Yeah.
think it's as much of a disaster as everybody thinks it is.
And
Clip, clip that. Clip that.
And it's always
Have we
hard
switched
to know.
roles today?
We have a bit. But
This
it's
is
always
what
hard
happens
though.
when I have
when
no sleep. I'm just like a shell of myself. I'm positive.
We're having to not dial you back, like push you forward a little bit.
So I can't. It's hard to gauge when you lose like this
I know.
because people
I get
check
it.
out. You know what I mean?
And I get it.
The small injuries that you usually would play through, you don't play through. So we don't get to see
Which I
the full
get.
potential.
I
You know what I'm
wouldn't.
saying? That's what I'm saying. So, okay. I don't know what I'm saying.
Big Country on YouTube, Landry got to go. I think Landry probably won't be here next year.
Harold?
What is it? 10.9 mil you can save?
And guess what? That's a whole nother spot to have to go get to.
Yeah, but that was a quiet 9.
Oh, well, you ain't got to tell me.
Making way too much
Sorry,
for the
Slim.
production you saw.
Yes, I agree.
Lone Phoenix said, did Babs bump her head again?
No,
What did y'all do with Dawn?
Where's she gone?
Oh, man. 615-737-1045. AJ in Nashville. AJ, what's up, man?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
What up, AJ?
What up?
Man, look here, man. Do you know majority of everybody they didn't retain or they trade away is all in the playoffs? Picture that. That's real funny. You know, everybody want to
But
talk
it's
about
not.
Rand. Everybody want to talk about Rand, but come on now. You at least could have franchised Derrick Henry, man. You know, you could at least got more about this roster. You spent way too much money just to win the number 1 draft pick overall. I just want to hang up and listen.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
It is, absolutely.
That's absolutely fair. You also couldn't predict injuries.
I
obviously.
also will say, too, though, with the Derrick Henry part, we can't keep forgetting Derrick Henry didn't want to stay.
He would not have
Ran
had the
his
same
course.
year here that he
Ran his
had in
course.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
ran his
that's
course.
Oh, really? With that quarterback and that offensive line, you don't think he would have had the same year?
Well, it's kind of stellar.
Yeah, that was deep sarcasm if anybody missed it.
Stellar group in front of him.
I mean,
I mean,
Saquon Barkley
imagine
just
how
did the
much he
same
would have
thing.
been hit and
Oh, dude,
he'd have been done.
that is.
But yes, that's also a valid point. Derrick Henry didn't want to stay. And not to mention, when the suitor's Baltimore, and you know what Lamar Jackson is at quarterback,
You leave
and what
him. that's
that's going to do for your game and what you can do for his game, I feel like peace.
And then don't forget the busing
Love
with the
y'all.
boys convo that he had. Like, this was damn near in the works before. It just, the trigger just didn't get pulled on it during the season. So,
Yeah.
so in the sense.
So
in
was
the-
Vrabel leaving.
Yeah, so in a sense, the Titans were able to get out of him as much as possible by being able to keep him them last, 6 games, whatever it was, before the deadline passed. So they didn't let him go.
Landon says Landry can at least set an edge in the run game. That's true.
Can
Well, if I'm going to pay somebody that much money, I would
Right,
like
get
for
to
them
that
to do a
quarterback.
little more.
he? Yeah, get to the quarterback.
Need playmakers on defense. I've
So
said that for like 8 straight off seasons.
So Hall or Shador or Cam?
Hall.
Not
Haula Hall.
Oh. I was trying.
Yeah,
Who was Hall?
Not Dante Hall. The human joystick control. Just play for the Chiefs.
I would trade back.
Hall or one of the 2 quarterbacks.
As we sit here on the 13th, I would trade back.
One of the 2 quarterbacks.
I think I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But if it's
And I'm great with a veteran too. Do both. Figure it out.
I think you would
Let
have
your
to do
rookie
both.
learn. Neither Cam Ward or Shador Sanders are ready day one to go be a quarterback.
Listen.
But guess what? Not a whole lot of rookies are ready to go day one and be a
be the
quarterback in
Falcons.
this league.
Be the Atlanta Falcons.
You can't go. Yeah, you can't go into 2025 with a quarterback room that consists of Will Levis and a rookie.
Oh, they know that. They're not doing that. They won't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No. That's not a quarterback room.
Babs said they
That's
know
a
that. They can't
dumpster.
do that. They won't do that.
No.
They know that. They can't do that. They won't do that.
So,
Like, it's
so you're
absolutely
against
not. They ain't no okay with
you're
it.
against rookie quarterback Levis and then some third quarterback that nobody can ever remember he's on the roster.
No.
Like this year.
Just give me 2.
What's his
So,
name?
what was it?
Trevor
Simeon. Simeon. Yeah. Simeon.
What's his name? Trevor.
Simeon.
TS.
So Simeon, Will Levis,
Thanks for your service.
and rookie quarterback. That's not the quarterback room you want next year?
No.
But this is my thing. So, Babsy.
Your phone is so
This is stupid. This is
Your
stupid.
Why is it so
Babs.
loud?
I don't know why.
It used
You
to
know
not
why?
be that
Because he doesn't
loud.
have an iPhone. He has one.
It used to not be that loud, though,
I know, it's
which is a
weird.
terrible sentence.
The
but-
guy that
That's weird.
turns all of our stupid text chains green.
Yeah, I love it. This is my thing.
to the point where none of us have a big text strand anymore.
That's right.
Yeah.
You just shut it down.
It goes
Shut
to
it-
group
shut it
chat and
down,
everything
y'all.
like that. Yeah. You're welcome, everybody.
Just like Will Levis.
I
Shut it down.
keep everything in compartments.
Frank says Moonshine's man at a discount, Aaron Rodgers.
No, hell no. A first this year, moving back, that'll be in the top 10.
Yeah.
First next year, and a third or a second this year.
Who are your suitors?
Dallas Raiders.
Raiders are legit suitors.
Giants. Giants need one. Cleveland, but they're picking second.
Yeah, Dallas don't. But guess what? There's no way Dion going to know Dallas if Dak Prescott is there.
Yeah, but the Giants are already third. They don't. They won't need to.
Right.
I mean, unless you can really sell that you and the Browns are both taking quarterbacks, I guess. The two quarterbacks.
So those are your suitors. We know Cleveland would give up something. They don't even know any better.
Here's my concern, right?
Can you share your concern on the other side of the break?
I can. And somebody disagrees with me, so we can put them on too.
They don't even know what their concern is.
615-737-1045. But she knows what her concern is, and she knows what that guy wants to say.
All right.
So that'll pair nicely, like a fine wine and a steak. We'll be right back.
Jeff, I'm talking to you. Stick around.
Trickery. What up, y'all? I'm giving you some PAI medical advice where you should go when you're trying to get everything back in order. When I'm talking about confidence, yes, go to the best. Go to WeGrowHair.com. Just hit them up at 615-376-6010. Now, you're going to see yourself a lot of times walk in the mirror. And I ain't saying, man, you got to be out here with the Homer Simpson with 3 strands of hair on your head. No, but a little bit of the peeking of the sunroof can happen. A little ventilation start to happen. You feel like, hey, man, I got a little cold spot up here. It's not cold. You're just missing some hair. What do you need to do? You need to go to WeGrowHair.com, man. It's important. Go to the best. Procedures are done here locally. They're not shipping you out anywhere to get it done. Listen, I had the laser treatments. Now, you understand they got other things that you can use in products which they don't require you to even have to go in. But if you want to, like I do, slide on in there, 615-376-6010. Get over to PAI Medical, WeGrowHair.com.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, executive producer of 3HL is Zeph.
What's up?
You said Mo called in to apologize?
Yeah, he did. He said he was sorry. He didn't realize that he was on air, and he asked if he could get in and get a point. I had to explain to him, sorry, rules are rules.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Well, did you find out why he dropped the F-bomb? What was he doing?
I'm curious about that.
That was the important part, Zeph.
I guess we
You
can
didn't
him.
ask?
No, he's going to call back in tomorrow.
Zeph, you didn't
come
ask?
on, Zephyr.
Listen, I've got to teach you about this journalism thing.
Oh, journalism.
The important things here. You should ask that question.
Come on, Zeph.
Come on, Zephyr.
We're rock hard with that one.
Yeah. Capital J.
I am surprised you didn't ask him. I mean, that was a perfect opportunity. Hey, man, what was going on? Just out of wanting to know.
We just want a little.
I'll be honest, my mind was kind of past that.
So here's where Zeph was. Zeph gets anxiety like bad, but it's like really bad. So Zeph was like really flaking out about whether or not he actually hit the dump button.
I'm actually not 100% sure right now.
I thought you said you did because you went back and listened.
I did, but I'm not sure if this one catches the full feed or the on-air feed.
Oh, hey.
So
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, come on, Zephyr.
My guess is you would have heard from the boss man.
Or somebody.
Yeah, carpet people.
The people we don't ever talk to.
Yeah. You never heard that phrase?
The black SUVs pulling up in the parking lot?
You never heard that phrase, Zeph?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that's where the big offices are on the carpet.
Ah. Yeah, we don't have carpet up here, just this vinyl flooring.
No, because we're the peons up here.
It looks good though. This hardwood looks good.
It does.
Plus, like, when Bab spills her drink all over the place. It's easier to clean
That is top secret.
Oh, yeah. 615-737.
Not supposed to have drinks in here.
Yeah,
1045. So the Ravens took out the Steelers 28-14. Baltimore ran the ball 50 times for 299 yards. 50
They rolling.
for 299.
Rolling.
Slay, Dawn has a take that she wants to offer, but can we get this one first, real quick?
What?
Johnny in the Burrow, because he's going to offer up how Slay can make some money on basketball. I got to hear this. Johnny.
What up, guys? How's it going?
What up, dude?
Sweep the leg, Johnny. What's up?
Now, listen, Slay. I can't list my secret out on air, but I'm telling you, I started off. I can show you. I'll send you screenshots, whatever I got to do. I got proof. I started on MGM the other day, Thursday night. I started with $40, and right now I'm sitting at $8.15 betting on nothing but basketball games.
Woo! Okay, Johnny. I like it.
I'm guessing you don't do
You going single
12
games?
leg
Yeah, that's what I was
parlays.
going to say.
Well, part of that, single bets.
Oh,
But part of that, though, now listen, part of that, though, was
That's
I
no
hit
fun.
for 220 on the Ravens game. I hit big on that.
Oh, see, so you had a hell of a head start, too. Okay.
Yeah, I hit a parlay on that, so it's good. But rest of the things, all I'll say is I bet spreads, and I'm not going to tell you how I do it, when I do it, or whatever, but there's a secret to it, and I've done it for 4 or 5 years, and I'll just grind, cash out, and just start over.
So you got to DM me.
I got you, bro. I'll hit you up on Instagram.
All right, bet.
Yes, sir. Hey, but it's a great day because I talked to Ron Slay, baby.
There he is. He's Johnny in the Burrow.
Yeah, buddy. I ain't got no.
What?
Yeah. That's how I feel.
You still haven't said that this year.
Yeah, because
2025, you have not put the car with no roof out there.
Yeah.
So I hit on Florida. I hit on Alabama. I did not hit on Tennessee because somebody had to decide to make a three-pointer with 2 seconds left.
4.5,
4 seconds.
and the game ended up being 4. How silly is that?
Very. And then if you're going to call timeout after the May 3, foul a guy.
Right.
Or don't call a timeout.
You call it. No, you know what? They were supposed to foul, though. I think they just messed up. No, man.
They messed me up.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
That Tennessee, I was 13-3. And that Tennessee loss was one of the 3.
Oh, you are.
615-737-1045. All right, Dawn, what was your point?
I thought we were going to get Jeff in.
Is that what you want first?
Yeah, let Jeff go.
He says he disagrees with your take.
Yes.
Okay, Jeff in Spring Hill. Jeff, what's up, man?
Hi, guys. How you doing this afternoon?
What up, Jeff?
Good.
Great, thank you.
I agree with Bab at the time. I mean, you see what I did there. But,
You cutting out on us, Jeff?
Jeff,
He
man.
said he agrees with me most of the time.
Okay.
but the but's coming. Try him again.
You want me to try them again?
Yep.
All right, Jeff, we're going to try you again, man. You were
Let's
breaking
see if
up.
your
Sorry.
Connection's better. Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, you got me?
Yeah, we got you.
Sounds better.
Okay. I agree with you, Babsy, 104.5% of the time.
Well played.
On the just go get a quarterback because you need one, regardless of what you're picking from. I just don't see that. I'd be like in honor of Elder Slay, who never met a metaphor he didn't like. It's like going to shopping for a car and you don't have your budget is. You can get whatever you want. You go to the first car lot and they've got a Camry and a, whatever there, and that's all you got to choose from. Well, I need a car. I'm going to get one of those. And then next door to the other parking lot's got full of anything you want. Why would you just limit yourself to this parking lot? I mean, you can't, if there's not what you need there, don't get it just to get it.
That's a fair point.
Don't get it just to get it. That is a fair point.
It is.
But, and we'll all change our mind about a couple of dozen times between now and late April.
No doubt.
But I'm like Mr. Clay is right now. Get a haul. I say move back and get a haul. Just get as much as you can get.
So you're in for Project Hall. I am
Yeah,
too.
but next week I might change my mind.
That's why I keep saying, as of right now on January 13th, this is what I think.
Babs almost
As
changed
of
mine.
today, that's what I think is best.
I love it, Jeff, man.
Thanks, Jeff.
Good. And you know what? I don't disagree with Jeff.
Okay.
And this leads right into my point too, but where I do disagree with Jeff is I actually think that one of those quarterbacks
Can get it done.
and will be good in the league. That's where I am right now, right? And I know everybody wants to come at me with, well, you thought Will Levis was going to be good.
I did too.
I did.
I did too.
And I was wrong, clearly. But because of what he showed last year, because of, Ram was all in on him. Callie was all in on him. He thought he could win with him. Like, there was a lot of people that thought they could win with Will Levis, And there's people that thought he wouldn't be the guy, but he has all the tangibles, everything. So anyway, but that is beside the point. So one, I think that one of these quarterbacks would not just be, oh, well, you need one, just grab that one. I don't believe that. I think one of them can be successful in this league. I also am concerned about neither one of them being ready, which is where the veteran quarterback comes in. But here's my concern. Okay,
You take a guy that high, you better play him.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but that's what's wrong with this league too.
I know, but you got to take advantage of that rookie contract.
I mean,
If
you're
you-
setting quarterbacks up to fail because they're not ready.
Yeah.
Some.
Most. Almost all.
Yeah.
Almost all.
That rookie last night that won the playoff game looked pretty good. But you're right. Almost all.
Almost all. And it also depends on what's surrounding them,
I was
too.
just about to say,
and that's a
pieces.
big part of it. You get pieces around, and
Scary
rookie's going to
Terry.
do a hell of a lot better. But this is looking forward, okay? The premise of let's trade back, get a haul, and put a stopgap quarterback in. My concern is, okay, let's say you do that, right? Stopgap quarterback, you win whatever. Some games, 6, 7,
Some
8 games, right? With a stopgap quarterback. And then all of a sudden next year, you're in quarterback draft pick purgatory again. How you were with Ryan Tannehill when you knew, okay, well, you don't have a lot of years left with him, but then he keeps winning to where you don't get a draft pick where you're in a position to be able to go get a quarterback, okay? And you guys, I get it. I get the take is this like, oh, in this beautiful, perfect world, you get a haul this year, you utilize some of those pieces to be able to move up next year and go get a quarterback. But what people forget is you have to have willing suitors to be able to do that. And if you are in quarterback purgatory and win 7 games or whatever, and you're not up near the top 5, then the amount of capital that you're going to have to utilize to be able to go get that quarterback, everything has to work out perfectly. And you also have to have teams and suitors that don't need a quarterback that are willing to negotiate and work with you to be able to get. And so all of these pieces have to line up perfectly if you're not garbage during the season to be able to go get a quarterback.
But
do you see what I'm saying? So
I do.
that is my concern. Yeah, it sounds great in principle, but what are the chances that all of that can definitely happen? It sucks that you're the number one overall pick in a quarterback class that everybody says is weak this year, but who's to say that you're going to be in a position to actually go get a quarterback?
Well, if you
next year?
trade back, you're getting draft capital, so you have multiple first-round picks the next year, and that's how you get up.
That's how you get up. But you sure as hell better have.
But if you don't,
you better have a suitor in one of those 1, 2, 3 picks that doesn't need a quarterback that's willing to work with you. And you can't predict the future that there's going to be a team up in that 1, 2, 3, 4 range that's going to work with you.
Usually,
to do
those
that.
teams do need a quarterback.
my
and that's why
stock got
they're
quarterback, though, is in his late 20s. Anyone that I'm going to get. I'm not going to get one of these guys like Aaron Rodgers or somebody. Mine is going to be able to end and go with 8 years left on this step.
615-737.
So that's my concern.
1045. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, I'm talking to you right now. I got a question for you. How are things going in the bedroom? You know what I mean? Are you happy? Is your partner happy? Are you noticing some differences? A lack of desire, energy, performance issues? Well, did you know that half of all men would struggle with erectile dysfunction at some point in their lives? Half. That doesn't have to be your normal. Nope. This is where GameDayMen'sHealth.com, they come in. Listen. The issues can be caused by any number of things. When we're talking about ED, now, it could be testosterone, could be something else. Bottom line, you don't know until you see game day. And here's the best part. Your consultation and lab work to find out your numbers, completely free. It's the easiest thing in the world to request an appointment. I've done it multiple times. You got 10 seconds where you can do it. Grab your phone, go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. At the top of the page, click Book Appointment. Pull up one of the locations in Green Hills or Hendersonville, and that's it. That's all you need. Get to it. 15 minutes, you'll have your lab results back. You'll meet with a medical expert that specializes in testosterone, sexual health, and erectile dysfunction, and receive a tailored solution for your needs. If you decide to move forward, all good, man. It's time. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Get in the game.
Good afternoon. It is 5:03. I'm Joseph Bonanno, live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. The Titans list of general manager candidates that made it to the second round has been announced, according to Tom Pelissero and Ian Rappaport. Those include Bills Director of Player Personnel, Terrence Gray, Bears Assistant General Manager, Ian Cunningham, Buccaneers Assistant General Manager, John Spytek, Chiefs Assistant General Manager, Mike Borgonzi, Colts Assistant Manager, Ed Dodds, and Packers Vice President of Player Personnel, John Eric Sullivan, who was interviewed earlier today. Tonight, the wild card weekend wraps up with the Rams hosting the Vikings in Arizona. The game was moved out of L.A. due to the devastating wildfires in Southern California. Kickoff for that one is at 7 o'clock, and you can catch the game right here on The Zone. Also, today, Tennessee men's basketball falls to number 6 in this week's AP and coaches poll after a 1-1 week last week where they lost to Florida by 30. The Vols spent a program-high 5 consecutive weeks at number 1, which now belongs to the Auburn Tigers. Tennessee has a top 25 matchup with number 23 Georgia on Wednesday. For every foundation repair and whatever needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once in your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful evening in the Music City. Look at this, 5:05, and there's still a little bit of light out there. I'm digging it. Babsy, what's up?
What up, Babsy?
That's right. Happy Monday, people. Party people.
You and the party people. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I'm tired.
People just partying out there, that's all.
Did you put a disco ball up in your house or something? I know you have a stage for Hadley in the kitchen.
That's right.
You should get her a disco ball. That would be amazing.
I'll take care of that.
I don't need that in my house.
Turn out all the lights, put a flashlight on the disco ball.
Oh, gosh, she would love it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you dare
Uncle Slade coming to the rescue.
send a disco ball to my house. Don't even think
Amazon
about it.
Will deliver
We can order that
anything.
right
That's what
now.
I'm saying. They'll
Stop
deliver anything.
Travis will get that package.
They'll deliver anything. Guaranteed.
Slay Dog's here, y'all.
I'm in the building.
Hey.
I pressed the wrong button.
That was pretty good, though.
Nope.
Does it have a roof?
Yes, the car has a roof. I would love for it not to have one.
Hey, I'll tell you a funny story real quick. So, outside on our little lanai, as Mayor calls it, I hate that, but like lanai is somewhere nice, right? I mean,
nice.
I love our building, but
You
it's
got
not
nice-
a lanai.
Listen, you got a nice view of the parking lot and that hotel across the street.
Right, yeah. All the hotels.
And no
yes.
coverage from the rain.
Yes. So
Yeah, that's
they
true, too, yeah.
removed the awning.
Oh, did they?
Over our lanai. I guess they're redoing it, whatever. So I was walking out there. This was last week. I was walking out there, and our big voice guy, Ron, he was like, "Hey, has Slay been out here?" And I'm like, "This is a weird question. No,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I haven't seen him. Whatever."
You
And
do
he's
come in
like,
that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, well, he walks in this way or whatever. And he's like, no, I mean, because look, the awning ain't got no roof. I was like,
That's my
well
guy.
played, Ron.
Big
well
Ron.
played.
He's a big Alabama fan, Ron.
And I love Ron, man.
But it was like so surprising. He's not really a jokester like that, you know? So I said,
Every time we
he just
pass
had
each
me
other,
cracking
I
up.
say, "What's up, Ron?" "Hey, Ron."
Yeah.
That's all I
He-
say.
cracking me
He's
up.
like a legit radio character, like from WKRP in Cincinnati. Like he would have been in that show. Like he's been doing it since. I mean, he has so many stories with like. Man, I was hanging out with Leonard Skinner one day and blah, 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 because he's from Alabama.
Just
I'm
subtle
like,
drops.
I mean, just crazy. And I'm like, man, he'll come up with a story like that, like tomorrow. He'll just hit you with, oh, man, I was hanging out with this guy, Roy Orbison or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I've known you for 25 years, and you just now told me that I was hanging out with Roy Orbison's story?
Yeah, I don't keep up. I just, they happen to be there when I'm there.
Yeah.
615-737-1045. All right, AFC matchups are already set. Houston at Kansas City next Saturday at 3:30 on ESPN. Kansas City, a 7.5-point favorite. Partly sunny skies, high of 29, low of 9. Ravens at Bills. Y'all, can y'all not wait for that or what?
It's going down, baby.
It's going to be fun.
Sunday at 5:30, so that's the Sunday late game, which is perfect. The two late games are awesome. Ravens at Bills. Bills, now this is funny. I looked yesterday and it was Ravens by 1. Today I looked, it's Bills by 1.5. So I think you're going to be able to get whatever line you want to get there. But I don't know how to break that one down at this point. But Bills favored by 1.5 at home. Weather, high of 24. Now they're playing.
Toasty.
They're playing at 5:30, so that temperature will be long gone. Low of 14. Cloudy. Here's the thing. We talked with Furman about this last week. Winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour.
And that's what you got to keep an eye on.
That's where it can get tricky.
It's tricky to rock around.
I knew you couldn't stay away. No way you could stay away.
NFC. Commanders, what a win last night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, doink the game-winning field goal right off the right upright.
Perfect. Just like they planned it.
Did you see? I mean, everybody was going crazy over his, like rubbing his head, fixing his hair.
Yeah.
So turns out he has ADHD, OCD.
Oh, really?
And so there's like old videos too of him putting on his socks and like pulling them a million times. I'm like, could there be any worse job than a kicker in the NFL with OCD?
Yeah. Hold on, y'all. I gotta flap my socks 3 more times.
I mean, I can't because you guys know I kind of have there's a touch of it.
Do you ever go to the car and then think, man, did I leave the oven on? Did I leave a candle burning? Is the water running? Do you go back in?
Yep.
Sometimes? Oh, I do that all the time. Do you?
Yep. No. Slay's like that.
Yeah. I do it with the garage every now and then. I just now started doing that as of late.
Yeah.
Like I will leave in my car, have those thoughts, and come back and go back in.
Like anxiety plus OCD. It's a bad combo. But I can't imagine that being your profession and your job with that level of OCD.
I mean, doinked it right off the...
I'm real glad he made it.
He had to make that.
Oof.
Commanders at Lions. I haven't seen a point spread on
that might be a bad one, too.
Yeah.
Commander at Lions. I'm not landing this plane until everything's right.
Right. Hey, that might have been my pilot.
That could have been.
You needed Sully. That's who you needed.
Yes.
Remember the guy that put the plane down in the Hudson River?
Yeah. That was wild, Sully.
Nothing got to him.
No.
Like, hey, man, I'm going to put it down the river.
Let's do it.
We'll be in the river. That's what he said. We'll be in the river.
Yeah, come holler at us.
The movie was phenomenal.
Phenomenal. What is the line on that game? Commanders at Lions. I mean, Lions got to be a big favorite, right?
I give them 6. That's pretty big. You think it's going to be higher than that?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I do.
What do you think it's going to be?
I'm going to tell you.
Like 8?
8.5.
What's up, bro?
So if you think it's 6 before you even look at the line, then you see a line of 8.5. Do you immediately bet it before it comes down?
I am. I am. And the only reason I'm excuse me. Only reason I'm
You all right?
I don't know. I said these peanut butter crackers old, but
I really thought you were going to do that in that last spot you just read.
I should have. I'm feeling it's an upset lurking somewhere. Like year in and year out, we've had an upset in the playoffs.
And the only one was Washington, really. Yeah, that was a 3-point spread.
Exactly. That wasn't really no upset. So this is what gets my parlays in trouble.
So the Eagles will host the winner of tonight's game, Vikings and Rams.
I'm hunting for an upset.
So the Saturday evening game is Ravens at Bills. The Sunday evening game, Saturday evening game is Commanders at Lions. The Sunday evening game is Ravens at Bills.
Yeah.
Gonna be fun. Then we got the whole national championship to talk about. Ohio State and Notre Dame next Monday.
Ooh, what's that line now?
8.
8.
Ohio State by 8.
8.5, right? It's 8?
It opened at 9.5. Yesterday, while ESPN Bet was on the air and they were talking about the game, it went from 9.5 to 8.5. And they even acknowledged it during the show, like, whoa, some big conglomerate just came in. It's probably Furman and his guys. I don't know. But now it's 8. Yeah.
I would take them 8. And I think Ohio
Minus
State
the
is
8?
going to win. No.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
We're going to break down that game
Okay.
at some point soon.
Break it on down.
To Funkyville. 615-737-1045. What?
I said it's next year. It's next week, right?
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah.
I hope we
long
get
time.
a good national
We
championship.
will. I think we will. I
feel like it's been a while.
I think we will. I'm scared of the injuries and the rabbit foot or the luck of the Irish running out.
The rabbit foot.
Yeah. I'm scared of that. But
Did you ever
outside
have
of
a
that,
rabbit foot?
hell yeah, I had one.
You did? What happened to it? Did you lose it?
I have no earthly idea. I only
used to
had
have
one.
one,
I had
too.
it when I was young.
It was on my keychain.
See,
I had one too. I love that.
That was a thing.
it was a thing. Did you used to rub it?
And they were so soft.
Yeah, I never had good luck with it.
I think I still have my mom's old rabbit foot that she gave me somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's in a lockbox somewhere in my bedroom.
Did you have good luck
that's
with it?
sweet, Zev.
Well, no, he put it in the
I
lockbox.
put it in a
Oh,
lockbox.
you locked your luck up.
I mean,
Unlock
Save
the
it.
doors,
he's
huh?
working with us.
Saved it for
Oh,
a rainy
yeah,
day.
that's right.
He works at Cracker Barrel,
That
too.
might be good or bad luck.
Could be.
Cody in Nashville, real quick. Cody, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing?
Yo.
Good.
Cody, deep voice.
No, I'm just I'll probably get flack for this on this station, but I'm just a lifelong Alabama fan. My dad's an Alabama fan. You know, family's from there. I just want to say it's pretty cool seeing old Slay on my TV announcing some of our, college basketball games. I know, Slay, you were having a blast announcing it the other night. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Gotta have a good time doing it, man.
Well, that's a good team, too.
yeah,
Fun to
for sure.
watch.
Yeah, we're having a good year. It's going to be hard to replicate last year, Final Four, but I think we can get it done this year.
yes, indeed.
Hey, thanks for calling in, Cody.
Get through the SEC.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
No doubt.
Appreciate you, man.
I know there was a big losing right, but man, and Chris Youngblood, man, that man was a baller at where was it? South Florida, I think, where Abdur Rahim was.
Yeah.
And man, I mean, he was hurt early in the year, but you saw it last game against Texas A&M. Came out with 14 points. Like, dude he's the engine that y'all didn't know y'all needed. So
Chris Lowe to talk college football.
hello.
When we come back,
No.
we mentioned Ohio State, Notre Dame. We'll talk about it next 3 on 104.5 The Suns. I want to tell you about my friends at Gupta Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Maybe you've been thinking about it for a minute. Now that you're in the new year, maybe you need a new ride, new or pre-owned, which is new to you. Either way, they'll be able to help you out. Just let them know what you're looking for. Maybe you need more space. Maybe you need better gas mileage, something less pricey. Whatever your needs are, just let them know. Daniel Gupta and his crew ready to help you out at Gupta Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They will point you in the right direction. Go take your test drive. Go inside. They'll help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. As Gupta Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 24 West Shore, Clarksville, exit 35 is about 9 miles outside the city. Then a beautiful drive into the best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. Again, whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned truck, they've got you covered. Check them out online. The entire inventory is there. GuptaMotors.com. All the deals they have going on in January right there on the website. Also, address, phone number if you miss it. It's right there. GuptonMotors.com. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 3450 Tom Austin Highway, beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. Hello, Brent Doherty. Executive producer at 3HL, Zeph.
What's up?
Hello, Zeph.
Want to talk a little college football? Chris Lowe joins us from ESPN.com, senior writer. Chris Lowe, what's up? How are you?
I'm great. You got a little Babs music going on there. Like you dipped into her playlist.
That's right. Hey, they used to play that in the weight room all the time in college, over and over.
Is that right?
So that's the
Beastie
memories
Boys.
it brings back. Those nice 5:30 a.m. workouts.
What year? What circa? What year is that? What circa year is that?
Well, Chris Lowe, we won't go there, but thank you.
I mean, you can look up the song. That album came out in like 1988.
Hey. But it was very popular for a very long time.
Licensed to Ill. It was very good. I preferred Paul Revere.
CeeLo, come on, you're better than that.
Be better, Low.
Circa. He said circa.
Oh, man. I feel
circa,
it.
that's right. I didn't say exactly the year. So you could have like a 10 to 12 year range there, right?
Yeah, or like 20.
Or 15. 15 years ago yesterday, CeeLo, Lane Kiffin left Tennessee. I think Rocky Top Insider did a like an oral history of it, which was fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Shumpert did it.
Yeah, Ryan Shumpert did a great job with that.
That's what
I told him he did a terrific job. I actually did one on the 10-year anniversary of it and talked to some of the same people. He actually got people that I hadn't thought of and people that, that were really good. I talked to Lane yesterday, in fact. I had him on my show last night on The Nation. And Tip, I know you guys will have a hard time believing this. At the end of the interview, he said, "All right, go Vols."
Of course he did.
Of course he did.
So, like, big picture, like, how crazy was that? I mean, you very rarely, I can't remember an outgoing coach wanting to have a press conference that basically trumps the next press conference, which is going to be the next day at the new place. That was a crazy situation.
Which is, again, it says a little something about Lane, because Lane is not conventional. And two, and I remember talking to Lane over the years about this multiple times. It was sort of his way of trying to tell the local media there, he'd only been there 10 or 11 months, why he was doing what he was doing, to sort of get that story out there without going on camera and doing a question interview deal. Because, and he's right about this, he was getting ready to be named the next day at USC, because USC did not want him to do a press conference at Tennessee on camera before they introduced him at USC. But, again, unconventional, you're right, it's not something that hardly any other coach would do, but that was sort of his thought process. Let's call in the media here locally. I'll do a quick statement on camera, which he did on 50 seconds or whatever, and then let's turn the cameras off and I'll go off the record and sort of tell you how all this played out, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Lane has said, and Monty, God rest his soul, has always told me, hey, man, I don't know if we should have ever left Tennessee.
Yeah.
And Lane has sort of said that to some degree. And yet he'll also tell you that the things that happened to him, the changes he's made in his life, some of the issues he's had in his life, leading him to where he is now, that had he not left Tennessee, then none of that might have happened. He might have ever hooked up with a Nick Saban, and really sort of learned that side of it. And, maybe he doesn't land at Ole Miss. I don't know, but it was a crazy night. And, and you know what the other thing is? I fail to forget this. I fail to remember this sometimes. Lane was only 34 at that point.
He has said that he was too
young.
young for that job at that moment.
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah.
I mean, he was out of control. He'll tell you that. He really was, and yet he did a really good job that year. Tennessee had a good competitive football team, and played the heavyweights. Either beat them. Remember, they beat South Carolina and Spurrier. They beat Georgia. Alabama blocked a field goal there at the last minute to beat him.
National champion.
Florida and Meyer tough.
Yep.
They were a good competitive football team that year. And he really did a good job. I think had he stayed and continued to mature, because he needed to mature big time. Mm-hmm. Had he continued to stay and mature, I think Tennessee would have won championships under him.
Things happen the way they're supposed to. My favorite part of that Ryan Shumpert piece was your piece in there where you said you passed Max Parrott and he had a fire extinguisher.
That's right. I remember that.
Burning mattresses outside the facility. How different would that be if it happened now with social media? Because that was just like starting.
Yeah, Lane loves that part of it too. Lane he got this from his dad, was really close and has continued to be really close with all the equipment managers on his teams. And he was really close with Max and Fraze and Hawk, those guys who among them have been there for like 100 years at Tennessee. And he loves that story and laughs about it every time I bring it up. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just walked out to the curb there. Remember back then there was actually a road that went between what was Gibbs Hall and the football complex.
Yes.
And there was this mattress, just ablaze on the side of the road. And I walk out and see it, and I see Max sort of, meanders up beside me, and he's got his fire extinguisher, and he's putting it out. And I'm standing right beside him, and I just look at him. It's like one of those surreal moments in life we've all had. I look at him, and he looks at me and just looks down and shakes his head. Now when I think about it, I just want to start just belly laughing. It was so funny. But I don't know. Now, so that was 15 years ago. People had camera phones. But still, it's not like it would be. It would just completely go viral right now if that happened. But it was
and probably escalate.
There were a lot.
You know what I mean?
Well, there were a lot of players. He had players running around. I think a few of them have been down on some of Slay's old spots on the strip. Maybe had a few pops.
Slay always works.
There were fans and students, and it's pretty chaotic. And they got Lane in some SUV in the back, and I think they took a couple out because people were like beating on cars when they come out there thinking he was in it. And they finally got him out of there. He went home to his family because I think there were, as he said on my show last night, that he was getting calls from other people in their front yard, and he was worried that something might happen. But it is probably one of the more chaotic, surreal nights in all my years of covering sports. To be in there in that room where all the media were yelling and they were fighting with each other, and you got Bud Ford up there, trying to keep some order in the room, and Lane sitting out the hallway. I had come in. It was like 10 o'clock at night when we were sort of summoned there, and I got like a sweatshirt on. Bob Kessling's wearing a Celtic sweatshirt, I think. And, I walk in sort of the back way, and I see Lane there in the hallway waiting. And I just looked at him and shook my head. He sort of smiled and put his head down because I think he was trying to figure out what was going to go on because he was waiting for all this commotion to settle down there in this little room where all the media were waiting. And then, of course, all hell broke loose, and again, the screaming and yelling and stations and media fighting with each other. Who was going to go live? Who wasn't going to go live? And I remember I was sitting right beside him. Well, Lane was standing. I literally was sitting right beside him. And you can go watch the video. I think I kept my head down the whole time because I'm thinking to myself, you know what? There's all these cameras in the room. I bet you $1 million someone's rolling live on this. Mm-hmm. And of course they were. And hence now we've got that video that'll live forever on the internet. So I sure as hell won't say a word.
Chris Lowe with us from ESPN. I can't believe it's been 15 years.
I can't either. It feels like yesterday.
I mean, that's the darkness that was Tennessee football that came right there. Ohio State and Notre Dame, Chris. Interesting. It opened at 9.5. Ohio State favored by 9.5. It's down to 8, so a lot of money in on Notre Dame. What do you think, big picture-wise, about this matchup?
Yeah, I think didn't a lot of money come in late on Ohio State last week?
Yeah.
In the Texas game, which is weird because, gosh, that's anybody's game there for most of that game. And Texas is down there close, getting ready to potentially tie it. So, for the gamblers out there, that's an example of what it can be so crazy, some of these lines. I just think Notre Dame has played so well and so above their head to this point. And that's not a diss on Marcus and that team. And they're a testament to whatever happens in the first couple of weeks of the season does not define who you are as a team in any sport, because they've come back from that Northern Illinois loss and they played like gangbusters and played really good, tough, resilient football. I still think, though, guys, at this level, at this time of year, the most talented team, that always sort of rises to the top. And I think you saw and have seen at Ohio State, they still are a resolute, tough, angry football team who's got more talent and has had more talent than anybody in America. And that talent is really starting to come to the forefront now at every position. Defense, guys are making big plays. I mean, think about it. Jeremiah Smith is a non-factor, a complete non-factor in that game last week.
Yeah.
And they still
one
win.
catch, 3 yards.
Yeah, they get nada from him, And somebody would have told me that before the game. I'm like, there's no way. And yet Ohio State is so good and so deep and so talented. I just think that sort of catches up with Notre Dame in this game. And again, I think Ohio State's they've got that they've had that sort of eye on the prize now ever since Michigan beat him at home and planted the flag. You just wonder sometimes. We're talking about how things work out with Lane. What if that Michigan game goes the other way and there's not the flag planting and Ohio State wins? Maybe it's a sloppy win. I'm not so sure they're here right now. I think that listen, in that series and that rivalry, you never want to lose because it sticks with you for the rest of your life. There's not a single kid on Ohio State's roster who's ever beaten Michigan. Nobody. But yet, as crazy as it sounds, had that not happened that way, I don't know that Ohio State would be in this position now playing for a title.
CeeLo, you look at Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman, what he's done. Is this more impressive than the turnaround that Ryan Day has had?
Yeah, well, I think it's right up there because I don't think Notre Dame Slay is as talented as Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been able to do it. And listen, Notre Dame's had some tough injuries.
Yes.
Think about that. They got one offensive lineman who's not going to play. Another one who's questionable in this game. They had their best defensive tackle, Riley Mills. He didn't play in the last game. He got hurt. They've had several guys this year. Their corner, Benjamin Morrison. I mean, he was hurt during the year. So they've been able to, and I think this says a lot about Marcus and that program's ability to develop guys and have younger guys who are ready to step in and play. Because you've got to be able to do that. And we've talked about this a ton on your show. When you start getting in the realm of playing 16 and 17 games, which this will be, I think, both teams' 16th game, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have to play that many games, you've got to have that. If you get your top corner hurt, or you get your top D tackle, or you get an offensive lineman hurt, or a quarterback, whatever the case may be, guys that play key positions for you. You gotta, if you're going to win a title, if you're going to get this far, you got to have guys who are ready. Not only are ready, but have the talent to step up and play and develop. And I think that's the thing that I'm most impressed with Marcus and that program is they've had these things happen. Over and above bouncing back from that bad loss, but they've had these injuries and they continue to get better. They never quit believing. They're totally invested in what their culture is, sort of what the tone he has set. And here they are playing for a national title. I mean, I'll say this. I had a couple of people tell me even after his rocky start, well, I think he lost the bowl game. Remember after he was named coach when Brian Kelly went to LSU? Mm-hmm. And then he lost the first 2 games of his first season at Notre Dame. And he was catching a lot of flack. Can you believe this guy, inexperienced, got the Notre Dame game, how young he is, blah, 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 blah. And, he had chances to go with Brian Kelly to LSU. I mean, even when he was at Cincinnati, he had chances. When he was there with Fickle, he had chances to go elsewhere, and he didn't. It worked out for him. He gets Notre Dame, sort of keeps his head down, does his job. Kids love him. They love playing for him. He is, to me, in this day and age, of what the sport has become, with all the other things out there, the portal. Because Notre Dame, really hasn't been a team. They've only got a few guys, but they haven't been a team that's just loaded up in the portal. They've gotten key guys like a Riley Leonard. They got Hartman last year. But what he's done, though, is he's been able to sort of keep that culture and that bond in the locker room. Everybody's sort of on the same train. Mm-hmm. And it hasn't splintered like it has at some other places. And I think you sort of see that this year. It's been easy.
Such a
it's been easy for that thing to sort of get out from under him this year after that early loss. But here he is. I'll tell you what, you already seen some stuff about NFL teams being interested in him, and I can see why. But the Irish, back to your favorite line, Slay, They better come up with some straight cash to keep that guy.
Well, they got $20 million all to themselves, right? From
that's
this
right. They got to
run.
share it.
They don't have to share
No sharing.
with all these other teams in the conference.
Chris Lowe
Ryan
with
Day,
us on 3HL.
Speaking of NFL jobs, Ryan Day's name is another name that has come up. I mean,
Dion, too.
And Dion, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, of course. What are your thoughts about these kind of prime, these college coaches that have had success in college, being kind of plucked by the NFL? Do you think we'll see it happen this year?
Well, and some of those guys over the last 10, 15 years haven't had a ton of success. Saban didn't have a lot of success. Now, granted, that was a long time ago. Urban Meyer didn't have a lot of success. Pete Carroll, better, certainly, at some point. I do think, though, you're going to see more guys that will get consideration. You saw it the other way around with Belichick coming back, or not coming back, but coming to college, but that's by and large because nobody in the NFL really wanted him. And I know that sounds crazy, but I think they're looking for that fit, a guy that can come in. And the NFL is such, you've got the personnel department, you got the GM, but the guy that can come in and put a staff together and the players, are going to connect with and relate to. And that's why you see a guy as young as he is, like Marcus Freeman. See, I think he's the epitome of that. See, I really think next year Dion will be coaching somewhere else. I don't know where it'll be. If it's NFL, if it's somewhere else in college ball, we'll see. He's just, for what he did at Colorado, and granted, he got a lot of publicity early, and they weren't that good, but they had 7 straight losing seasons before this year. And again, whether in the world of NIL, we're getting ready to go. I guess if it's not shot down in the courts again, we're getting ready to go to this revenue sharing model. Mm-hmm. But I'll bet you, given what he's done, someone's going to be willing to ante up and pay Dion a ton of money, whether it's another school in college ball or whether it's NFL.
Chris Lowe with us, ESPN.com, senior writer.
Lowe, how much pressure do you think, or how warm is the seat down there under Brian Kelly, knowing that he couldn't get Notre Dame now?
Notre Dame
yeah,
success.
he needed the resources and everything. He got a lot of breathing room down there, you think, still with LSU?
Before you answer, can I read his quote? I want to be in this is when he left Notre Dame to go to LSU. I want to be in an environment where I have the resources to win a national title, end quote.
Yeah. You can pluck out a few of those. I know when I went with Brian back in, I guess it was August, and sat down with him, or maybe it was last spring. He said something like that to me. If you Google his name and my name, you'll find a quote that got a lot of people at Notre Dame pretty fired up. But I think you can probably look around and find a lot of those quotes. Tell you what, Slay, if Marcus and the Irish pull it off next Monday, that seat goes from. You guys have car warmer seats in your cars. There's one, you can go from the first level to the second level to the third level, and it feels like your butt's on fire when you go to the third level.
Yeah.
His goes to the third level in about 2 seconds. As soon as that clock goes to zero, if the Irish win on Monday.
Yeah, buddy.
That's like a slayism right there.
Yeah, definitely.
That was well done,
y'all are
CeeLo. Well done.
That's CeeLo ESPN, Chris Lowe.
Who do you think I learned all that from, Don? I mean, I covered that for 4 years at Tennessee. I learned all that. I got all my best stuff from Slay.
It's the most adventurous 4 years of your career.
And you didn't write half of what you know.
What a time to be covering Tennessee sports from the 96, 97 all the way up to the early to mid 2000s. You talk about the genuine. I mean this. Slay knows I love him. The genuinely good guys, to the characters, to the great athletes, to the memorable interactions with those guys. I mean, I was really blessed, man. I'm serious. Peyton Manning and John Henderson and Ron Slay and Peerless Price. It was just a great time. Pat Summitt had it going at that point. 3 straight national championships. It was really a cool time to be covering Tennessee athletics.
Low, real quick. So I was calling the South Carolina-Alabama game. Buzz Peterson was there. He was with his son, Rob. Dog, that was the
Right.
first time I saw Rob Peterson since I went crashing over the bench and they had to carry him out on the stretcher. That was my first time seeing Rob. And Rob remembered it. He said, I don't remember you hitting me. I just remember waking up on the stretcher with Coach Summit over me.
Coach Summit over you. You want somebody over you.
Dude,
It's a
hey,
crazy
man,
story.
that was wild,
The
man.
buzzer. I talked to Buzz recently, and it's funny. It's hard to see Rob now as a grown young man.
It is,
I
man.
remember when he was just a little kid running around dribbling the basket. He was always dribbling a basketball. And I remember the kids, and you might have been the one that was the ringleader on this. They used to call him the kindergarten dropout because he was never in school.
He was always
He was
there.
always around the team dribbling a basketball.
It sure was. boy. Hey, that's dope, man. Yeah, buddy.
Dropout.
It's like
That's
Steph
great.
Curry. When I covered the Hornet, I was in Charlotte, 89, 90. When Dale, this is how old I am, guys. Dale was shooting guard for Hornets. Those Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues teams. And you go to practice back then. You know, you go to you have open locker rooms for the week, and you go talk to the players in the locker room before games. And there's little Steph Curry. I mean, literally, just like he's dribbling the basketball. This little guy. I don't know how old he was. Do the math. That was 89 or 90.
Yeah.
And he's always with his dad out there drilling a basketball, shooting from the hip, you know, on a 10-foot rim. And, gosh, think about now. He's not shooting it from the hip anymore, but he's shooting them from 30 feet.
Right. Transcended the sport. I mean, go watch kids shoot. What are they doing? Shooting the three.
Yep.
Trying to hit buzzer beaters. Yep.
And here's a reminder for people for kids now in this world that think they got to go play at Duke or Carolina or Arizona or wherever. Steph Curry played at Davidson.
Yep. If you got it, they'll find you.
If you can play, I promise you they'll find you.
Boy, that run in that tournament he had was something.
Oh, it's so fun to watch.
Man.
All right, Chris. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Lo.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right, we'll wrap this up next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
Please. Hey, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. As a customer of Pella, I would love to recommend them to you. Call them today. Check them out at PellaNashville.com. They can help you out if you have really realized with this cold weather that it's time. The time is now to go ahead and replace your old windows and doors. Time to upgrade. Now's a great time to do it with Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. And if you want to know what everybody thinks about them, you have heard me talk about them, well, you can just go check out all of their Google reviews because it's right there. They have a 4.9 on Google with a ton of reviews, different than competitors. People talk about their quality of product, the craftsmanship, and the process of installation, which allows them to warranty their work. So obviously the windows and doors will have lifetime warranty, but on top of that, they also back up their work with a 10-year labor warranty, leading in the industry. Call them now. Tell them to give you the Dawn deal, 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 full months. 615-249-1910 or schedule your free consultation. Check out that offer, PellaNashville.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, executive producer at 3HL is Zeph.
What's up?
That's a jam.
So what am I going to do? Vikings are, I guess I'm going to roll with you.
You want to win?
I do want to win.
Roll with me, yo. Even though I don't got a track record of winning right now.
Nope.
How do you know?
How do I know?
She just knows.
Because I listened to his parlays.
You know what I'm excited to look for in this game, or who I'm excited to watch in this game?
Yeah, who?
Danny Dimes.
No,
Just kidding.
the Florida
you're not
State,
kidding.
the Florida State rookies on the
Jared
Rams.
Verse is amazing.
Him and Braden Fisk have been playing very well together this year.
Yep.
And the Vikings offensive line has not been playing well as of recently. So Sam Darnold could be in trouble if those guys are on their game tonight.
So who you rolling with, though?
I want the Vikings to win.
No, but who you rolling with?
I'm going to roll with you like $10.
I think I'm rolling with that. I think I'm rolling with Minnesota. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Minnesota. But I don't know. It's a tough one. Matthew Stafford's got the experience.
Oh, good for him.
So Rand Carthon was on with Ramon Kayla Will this morning. You know what? There was one line that stuck out to me as kind of a record scratch.
What's that?
Which is a line that we've been telling you. So Chad Brinker is the fourth guy in 4 years to have control of the roster, right? And a lot of people were wanting Rand fired because of Will Levis, which we kept telling y'all. Mike Vrabel had control of the roster in the Will Levis draft, okay?
Although
That was-
Rand did say that he thought this morning that he thought Levis would still be okay.
And I'll tell you why, because his reasoning is sound, honestly. In just a second. But for those that wanted Rand fired because of he drafted Will Levis, he didn't. Like, there are a lot of people that are in the room and have a conversation and all this stuff, but Vrabel had control of the 53. And one line that stood out, he said, you never think you're going to be one and done.
Mm-hmm.
And he was technically the GM for 2 years.
Yeah.
So him saying one and done, he's talking about he had roster control for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very subtle way of him putting it out there.
And his draft was good. Now, you can get into free agency and spending money and all those things, but
Yep, you can knock that.
people sign off on those things, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did y'all think about the conversation this morning?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was you want to hear from him a voice that not necessarily is going to make you move forward or go back. It's a guy stepping away, and people have been asking for it. I also heard Zach say that we haven't heard from Rand. You heard from Rand quite a bit leading into the season, and he also said coming into it that he doesn't speak during the season. So he got fired right after the season, so I don't know what you really wanted to hear. But I would say to everybody else that was in that situation, you should reach out and see if you can get an interview. And if you get an interview, so be it. Ask all them questions that you would love to ask. And I think that before you criticize or critique, let's see if you go and ask those same questions, because everybody's had that same opportunity throughout the 2 years that Rand was here, and nobody asked any of those questions that everybody, air quotations, say they would have asked. So,
well, I think also this is something to point out too. I did want a little more out of it, but I also put that on Rand.
Yeah,
a little bit. Because listen, you're not going to get, and I say this all the time, you're not going to get answers from him by attacking him with certain questions. Now, I did think maybe there could have been more direct questions, but I get it. You know, he agreed to come in and sit for an entire hour, but I also
this
feel
soon
like
after it happened.
This soon after it happened, yeah, which is crazy. That doesn't ever happen. And that's a testament to Rand being a relationship guy and Ramon having that relationship, right? So I understand that, but I also feel like Rand was not given a whole lot in that interview either, if that makes sense. Like, you can pick up some of the subtle stuff. I thought it was interesting on Will Levis. What Mayor just pointed out, talking about the one and done. I mean, read between the lines. Like, he didn't just drop that. Rand's a smart man, right? He didn't just drop that.
No, he wanted to say that.
Accidentally. You know what I mean? So so you kind of have to read through some of the, read between the lines on some of it. But I also felt like he wasn't walking in there. He wasn't going to burn bridges. He wasn't going to toast anybody in that organization, which is kind of a testament to him too, because he could walk in there and just napalm everybody.
Oh, absolutely. And burn all his other bridges that he got. But this is the other thing. Like, I can't wait. I'm going to follow closely, especially Zach and Buck, to make sure that you guys are asking all of the questions that you ask on the radio. Like, when they'll have access to these guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how you guys move going forward.
Also, he's going to stay in Nashville. Which I thought was interesting.
Everybody stays in Nashville, don't they?
Yeah, I'm telling you. I thought that was
somewhere
interesting.
For what?
Like, my family likes it here. We're staying.
Right. I echo everything you guys said. But the interesting part for me from that conversation was the human element to Rand Carthon, which he hadn't really shared. Mm-hmm. And so, I was glad to get that out of that thing. But good job, teammates. Appreciate y'all. And listen, appreciate you guys hanging with us, including us in your day. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take it lightly. Have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you are somebody in a plane that doesn't want to go to a specific stop, and you have to keep going back up in the air, back down, back up in the air, and call on the name Jesus.
Anxiety.